Oh man, do we got gaming trailers out the butt, bro. We have so many. Let's get them. After this batch, I gotta get more. What is that? Oh, I've actually played this before. World War Z is actually kind of good. It's free. Oh, that's sick. That's cool. Is that a 3? It is. It's a 3-barreled shotgun.
Machine gun is ready.
Holy. Damn. What in the fuck? The game was really good as well. The game's been out for a while now. It's actually free to play. I absolutely recommend it. I think 3 or 4 years ago, me and a friend used to play the shit out of it, dude. It was a good, great game. It was still in development, so they were still like adding stuff to it. Great game. I can't talk about it enough.
Forest. Your road's been long. Hear my words. They'll make you strong. The wild can wear you through and through. Heal your soul with mushroom stew. The cold will bite and find a crack. So knit your warmth to hold it back. The bugs don't rest. They hunt and chase. Stand tall and meet them face to face. The woods are harsh, but not alone. A friend may light a path unknown.
Oh, look at him.
You're small, it's true, but
This reminds me of, what is that one game? Don't Starve.
brave and bright. This burrow's yours. Hold fast, hold tight.
Good afternoon, 40.
Oh, that's right. They put Bruce Lee in Hitman, bro. They put Bruce Lee in Hitman.
Is a Hong Kong-based crime syndicate that selects new members via a unique recruitment process. A martial arts tournament hosted at the Hitman Hotel. To date, no agency has successfully infiltrated Concord. Our client has reactivated Agent Bruce Lee, martial arts legend turned undercover agent. While Lee's combat skills should guarantee victory, Concord and its associates are dangerous criminals and are likely to find fair. Your task is to identify and neutralize any threats targeting Lee.
If I can reach the final and win, our dragon should come out of his cave. How are you with hand-to-hand combat?
I've had some experience.
That's so cool. He's even an agent. That's legendary. Let's go. Oh, what is this? This isn't a trailer. What is this? Saros gameplay trailer. I don't care about that. That's 5 minutes, bro. They're bringing back Dynasty Warriors, bro. They're bringing back Dynasty Warriors. Oh, look at that! Let's go! Lubu! You can play as Lubu! Yo, this is my childhood right here. Fuck yeah, let's go! Oh, there's more. Wait a minute. Oh. Ah! I didn't mean to do that.
Rise and shine, Bernstein.
What the fuck is this?
Let the game begin.
よし。いけいけ。いいぞ。あ、いた。
Pass. Don't care.
Announcements from 11th Hour Games. First,
Ooh, the
their
last
hit
Epoch.
action RPG
I've heard good
Last
things.
Epoch is in development for a PS5. This celebrated dungeon crawler is known for its extensive skill customization, deep and rewarding loot system, and massive time-traveling world. You'll battle through the past, taking down gods and toppling cursed empires to save the world from its ruined future. As for that second announcement, Last Epoch's first major expansion, Orobis, will arrive at the same time as the upcoming PS5 release.
That's pretty cool. Oh, they hitting it with these games, bro. What's that weird Monster Hunter game again?
Listen, you should really succeed the threat. I know it's the last thing you want, but a ruler as kind as you would ensure peace for a generation, maybe even longer.
Lois, I can't believe they'd bring it here.
How is it? Oh, it's the same fucking thing, bro. Get this slop off my screen. The least you can do is come up with a new trailer.
Hostiles
Come on.
inbound. 100 meters.
Oh, it's Battlefield 6, boys!
I got 2. East side.
Moving right to left.
I got 3 west side.
Frame shoot. On the T of execute. 3, 2, 1. Execute.
The world as it's commonly known
Zelda's
has
lost
crumbled.
brother?
Alliances that held since the end of World War II, gone.
Dagger, this is Pax's ballsiest play yet.
If they succeed, they will have secured the most strategic rock in the history of warfare. Want to help our friends take back this rock? Hoorah!
You're playing a dangerous game, no doubt about it. Wouldn't be Dagger without insurmountable odds. The whole world's gonna look different now.
This looks so fucking good. I don't even give a shit about Call of Duty. There is not a single goddamn thing that Call of Duty can make a comeback on. This is amazing!
Just takes a little shake of perspective.
Gotta love a challenge.
stand by for re-attack call.
Light them up!
Oh, that looks so cool!
Kate will pay for this.
But we don't know how high it goes.
Trying to start a war with the CIA?
That is not the fucking question!
This is it. I know what I gotta do.
Let's go! Yo! Fuck, I thought they weren't gonna add skins to this fucking game. What the fuck happened? hell was that guy doing? More blood heat. Oh. Full rebuild. Huh. What the fuck? Oh! Okay, that looks kind of good. You will live today, tomorrow, and forever after. That's pretty cool. That looks like a good game. What do we got here? This is Forza Horizon 6. They also are coming out with another one as well. I'm shocked they brought back Forza. I thought they were canning it, dude. Yeah, I have an impact thing that looks just like that. That's all we get. Oh, no, no. Oh, it's in Tokyo. Oh, let's go. Okay. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Oh, it's that one. I remember this. I don't care about this. I don't give a shit. I want to see new gamers.
I'm not loving Beyond.
I've had worse.
007.
In that case.
Well, what are we waiting for? Any sage advice?
Play nice.
Always.
Why is there a piece of glass sitting there?
Shoot. Sorry for the mess, Bond. I wasn't expecting you quite so soon. I just need one more. Hang on. Oh, come on, you fit. Moment. There. Tactical simulation is now operational. Any questions? Please have questions.
Weird. Oh, here we go. We got a Wolverine game, bro. It looks so good. Damn. I'm gonna play this shit. I am gonna play this shit. This looks so good.
Been fighting longer than I can remember.
Damn! Insomniac.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The drug just has a way of finding me.
Oh, let's go! Oh, this looks so good.
The Doesn't matter where I go. How far I run. Death's always waiting. Just not for me.
Yo, this game looks like fucking fire.
I'm Wolverine.
Holy crap, this looks amazing. Oh, this looks good. Holy crap, that looks freaking phenomenal.
A disaster brought
The heck
forth by
is
the
this?
Archdemon.
EvilBane? The Project EvilBane.
Demonic army and heretics wearing the faces of men. Abominations that must be eradicated. With the power granted to us, we'll avenge our comrades and reclaim the kingdom.
This looks kind of like Monster Hunter. This looks good.
Will hold the line until you foul creatures are raised from this.
Oh, really? You know, he does look a little bit like him, doesn't he? That's kind of cool. What is this? How did I miss this one? Flight Simulator, boys. We got Flight Simulator.
Rated E, everyone. Microsoft Flight Simulator proudly presents World Update 20, Japan. Hiroshima's Peace Memorial Park, Otsuka Museum of Art, Naruto, Port of Kobe, Osaka, Osaka Castle, Abeno Harukas, Kyoto, Todaiji Temple, Nara, Gifu Castle, Mishima Skywalk, Shizuoka, Mount Fuji, Fuji Hakone Izu National Park,
That's so
Miyuki
cool.
no Hama Beach, Odawara, Enoshima Sea Candle, Fujikawa, Yokohama Landmark Tower, Fujima Park, Kawasaki, Umi Hotaru, Kisaruzu,
Oh, what the heck is that?
Tokyo, Tokyo Tower, Tokyo Skytree, Greater Tokyo Area, Yoyogi National Gymnasium, Odaiba, Port of Chiba, Ushiku Daibutsu, Kuki, Takezawa Dam, Hano, Fujioka, Takayama, Gunma Astronomical Observatory, Mount Asama, Matsumoto Castle, Chubu Sangoku National Park, Toyama, Sendai Daikanon, Oyemoi Peninsula, Miyako, Shiriyazaki Lighthouse, Cape Isan Lighthouse, Isan Misakicho, Hakucho Bridge, Muroran, Lake Toya, Chikotsu Toya National Park, Tao Shubetsu River Bridge, Kamishihoro, Shosanbetsu Astronomical Observatory, Toyosaki, Rishari Airport, Rishari Fuji, Okaiwa Otaru, Otaru Hokkaido, Sapporo.
Oh, how's it going, Chase?
Mount Sakanku, Hiroshi Shiku, Odori Park.
Doing all right today. We got so many
Teineku.
games.
The sky is calling.
So many
Microsoft
games
Flight
to look
Simulator
at.
2024
So many games.
for mature. In the pouring rain,
Guide for-
Yakumo and Ryu
Oh,
cross
okay,
swords.
This is a
A nin-
gameplay thing. I don't care about that. Let's go. Let's go. Forza 6. Yeah, I saw the Forza. We already saw it, bro. You missed it. You missed the Forza 6 trailer. Why weren't you here? It looks like it's going to Tokyo. There's another one, too. There's another racing trailer. What happened? There he goes.
Special delivery.
Bro, this kind of looks like Borderlands. To Japan. That's what it looks like to me. Looks like it's in Japan.
All shall die to my blade.
Colonel, don't just stand there. It's time for you to take the stage.
Man, they are shameless with these fucking copy and pastes now. Animo? Animo? What the hell is this? Oh, this is that, like, Pokemon looking game, isn't it? Yeah. I smell the lawsuits in the airs, boy.
I shall maintain the peace in Avalon. I will devote my life to the good of Avalon.
You know that the International Space Station has a camera where you can, it's on YouTube. You could Google the International Space Station camera and you can watch it live as it rotates around the Earth. That's a thing.
That the destiny of our Imperial forebears may one day be fulfilled.
Monster Hunter? What is this? It's turn-based.
Here's an idea.
Disgusting. Get this shit off my fucking screen. Fucking insulting. Turn-based in this day and age? Turismo, that's what it was. Gran Turismo. Or Turismo, or whatever. That one. Yeah, that's the one. He found it. You found it. That's the one. It's pretty cool, ain't it? I wish they would have a drone, though. A drone would be better. This looks good. I'm gonna. Well, you know what? Maybe I should watch the Final Fantasy Tactics one.
Well.
There's still so many more games, boys. We might end up doing this for like another fucking hour. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot of new games, and I'm so excited to see all these new games. There's a gameplay trailer. Here we go. You got a Wolverine gameplay trailer, boys. Let's go. What is this? Pulse Elevate speakers? What the fuck is this garbage? Oh, my nose itches. Oh. Let It Die Inferno. What is this? How long is that? Why does it look like, this one kind of looks like, what's it called? The Matrix. Oh, it's Deus Ex Remastered. Oh, shit. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna watch it anyway. There's so many games, boys. Oh, the Halloween trailer looks so good.
Next year.
Oh, it's another campaign story trailer for Battlefield. Did it put me at the top? Why are these repeating? Some of these are repeating. What's going on here? What is this? Oh, it's multiplayer. I don't care about that shit. Did I pass it up? Hold on. God damn it. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's watch these. I don't want tabs to close, so I'm gonna get this controller, boys. I'm absolutely gonna get this controller. That's right, God of War, boys! Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I had to put some more tea in my Arnold Palmer. I didn't have enough tea this morning. Okay. Dude, from what I understand, you can't really brute force bosses in Sekiro because it just doesn't end well. That's what I've heard. Boom. Gran Turismo 7.
皆さんこんにちは。グランツーリスモシリーズプロデューサー山内和則です。本日はですね、皆さんにすごく素敵なアップデートをお伝えできることを大変嬉しく思
I
い
have never been a fan of Gran Turismo and Forza. I've always been a Need for Speed guy. I don't know why. I love Need for Speed Carbon.
ます。この2025年の6月25日に、なんとグランツーリスモの、累計売上本数が1億本を超えたそうです。1億本です。この1億本を超えるってすごいことだなって、作ってる僕らも思うんですけれども、この1億本を、超えたことを記念して、この年末にですね、僕らはグランツーリスモ7のスペック3のアップデートを行う予定です。スペック3のアップデートには、2つの、レーストラック、フォーミュラ1でも使われているトラックであるとか、あるいは8台の新しい車であるとか、新しいサーキットエクスペリエンス、あるいはデータローガンのフィーチャーであるとか、それ以外のさまざまなゲームフィーチャーの大きなアップデートを予定しています。皆さんのおかげで、30年かいつもは1億本を達成しました。本当にありがとうございます。
Conscript the Endless End. Fuck. What kind of name is that? Why is there stuttering? What's going on there? Oh. Lame. Boring. Next.
Today, a new chapter in this land's history shall be written. By our own hand.
We
Okay,
fight
here we go.
those who wield power to prey on the weak. Beasts who think themselves men. That is what it means to be a Greymane. The time has come to do what we believe to be right. Cliff, seek out your Greymane comrades. Uncover the truth that lies within. And let your heart speak without fear.
Is that me or is that him?
Speak without fear. Within. And let your heart speak without the truth that lies within. And let your heart seek out your Greymane comrades. Uncover the truth that lies within.
Maybe it's me, okay.
And
That's
let
weird.
your heart speak without fear.
In the end,
That's new.
all will come together as one.
I do have a
We
shitload of
fight
tab.
for the future of all. Sound the horn of our final battle.
This looks good.
Fight! Fight for Playwell!
Your fight is not for revenge. Nor glory.
This looks amazing. What is this?
This is your
Remember who you are, and let it guide your path. For at the end of it, you will find the answers you seek.
Whoa, here we go. It's called Crimson Desert. Holy shit, that looks amazing.
こんにちは。ファイナルファンタジータクティクスイバリースクロニクルズのディレクター前城です。プレイステーションで発売したオリジナルのファイナルファンタジータクティクスから30年近く経った今でも多くの方がこのタイトルをお気に入りの一本として挙げてくださっており、オリジナルスタッフの一人として大変嬉しく。
I ain't trying to be a type of way. I can't help but notice that all these Asian developers, at least these guys, this guy and the other guy, they got some fucked up teeth. You making all that money and you can't afford the dental over there? I thought ours was bad. What's going on?
思っています。今回イバリスクロニクルズという新しい形で再び皆様にお届けできることに我々もワクワクしています。フルボイスや難易度調整など ファンの方はもちろん、これまで遊んだことがないプレイヤーの方にも快適に遊んでいただけるように様々な工夫を行いました。
Do not feign concern for me. I see your words for what they are.
どなたでも楽しんでいただける内容となっておりますので、ぜひ遊んでみてください。それでは発売をお楽しみに。
Fighting.
Oh, it's Wolverine again. Remember. Just like the same trailer. It is the same trailer.
Doesn't matter where I go.
Same trailer. I already saw that trailer. Nobody's gonna buy these. Great idea, but we don't live in that day and age anymore. Everyone wants headphones now. Too many people can't afford houses, man. Everyone's in apartments now, bruh. Why do they have these speakers around a computer setup? Wouldn't it look better if you only had it for the console itself? What? Bro, what is it with PlayStation and their fucking dongle systems, dude? Make it Bluetooth. Like, these headphones have a dongle too. I don't want a fucking dongle. Make this shit Bluetooth. We're in the fucking 2020. We're in the 2025th era of fucking humanity. Get rid of the fucking dongles. Make this shit Bluetooth. Fucking losers. This thing's kind of cheap. This thing's only $200. I'm kind of shocked. This thing's cheap. This is about the same price as an Elite controller. Keep in mind, that is not a console. That is not a handheld console. It's a way to play wirelessly from your PlayStation. That is not a handheld console. Do not think that is a handheld console. It connects via the Wi-Fi and it allows you to move the what is essentially the screen onto this thing. It is not a handheld. It's not like the Switch or like the PlayStation Portable or the Vita. From what I understand. I could be wrong, but I'm almost fairly certain it's not a portable.
It's almost Halloween, and you know what they say. Everyone's entitled to one good scare.
I'm hyped for this game. Not a good move knowing it has to be charged every... Dude, that's if you're lucky. That's if you're lucky. That's if the resolution doesn't absolutely destroy the battery on the handheld. Some of the resolutions on games will make that bitch overheat and drain the battery 5 times faster than other games. Like, if I played The Witcher on my Nintendo Switch, within 30 minutes, I'd have to plug it in because it would be dying. I don't understand why bother. Like, why bother? Some games just aren't meant to be ported. This game looks so good.
Death
it looks
comes
so
to
good.
Haddonfield in Halloween the Game, a tribute to the John Carpenter classic.
I'm extremely hyped for this one.
The team at IllFonic invites players to an asymmetrical horror sandbox where you can play as a civilian survivor or Michael Myers himself.
Let's
In
go.
each game, it's up to you as survivors to save these hapless townfolk or to hunt them down as Michael Myers. He possesses unique abilities like shape jump, allowing him to move around the map unseen and pop out where you'd least expect him. Playing as a civilian, it's up to you to lead townsfolk to safety, find a phone, and call the police for help. Civilians can also scavenge for gear and weapons to help them survive when they inevitably cross paths with the unstoppable.
That's so creepy. Yo, that is so creepy. You just be dead and then he's just like, I'm alive, bitch. Watch.
Gear and weapons to help them survive when they inevitably cross paths
Here's
with the
Johnny.
unstoppable Michael Myers. Become the boogeyman or protect his victims when Halloween the Game launches on September 8th, 2026.
That's gonna be a great game. I'm really looking forward to that game, bro.
Shall we play?
The hell is this? Bro's looking at me like Hypnotoad. What is this cheap ass $15 Halloween mask?
アンクルさん、
What is this?
いよいよ発表できる時が来ました。はい。タイトル名はレッド・イット・ダイ。
Hey, he's got clean teeth. Look at that.
インフェルノです。
なるほど。ということはレッド・イット・ダイの正当後継作品ってことです
Let
ね。
it die.
はい。開発チーム頑張ってます。このゲームは近接アクションとローグライトを軸に PVPVE の仕組みを取り入れた
PVP
いわばエクストラ
PVPVE
アクション
is
ゲ
the
ー
new
ムと
thing.
なっています。プレイヤーは地獄門と呼ばれる巨大な穴を探索するレイ
I don't want not a goddamn thing to do with it because it's online only. Next!
Deus Ex
Ooh.
returns. This PS5 is a collaboration
What is
between
going on with this computer? What in the fuck is that? Is that me? It can't be.
Deus Ex returns. This PS5 is a collaboration between
It's not me, it's them.
returns. This PS5 is
It's
a
them. Okay. Bro, I'm like, dude, what's going on with my fucking computer? It's
collaboration
them.
between Eidos
Their shit's
Montreal
bugged.
and Aspire, the studio behind remastered classics like Tomb Raider and Soul Reaver.
On its way back to the people. And you can't.
This looks like, oh my god. Oh my god, what's it called? Oh, what's it called? It looks like, oh my fucking god. I said it earlier. The Matrix. Oh, that's funny. Someone, Pineapple Park King 69 was like, who are you talking to? He said that like a minute ago now. It's funny because I actually have technically two other people. There's Chase over on Twitch, and then there's the other YouTube chat. By the way, if you're on the shorts stream, there is a full stream. There's a full screen stream that isn't like your phone shorts view over on YouTube at the channel. So if you go and click on that, you can actually see the full stream. Like, I'm currently streaming shorts vertical and the standard 1920 by 1080 or whatever that is.
Do a damn thing about it.
You play as JC Denton,
Don't tell me you're going to wear those.
an augmented
also
operative
got
working
Tinky
to
Twitch.
uncover the truth.
Vision is augmented.
This new version adds enhanced visuals, overhauled
looks good.
controls, and key PS5 features like haptic feedback. Deus Ex influenced a generation of RPGs with its emphasis on choice and
I've
consequence.
never played this game before. I've always seen it though.
No two playthroughs unfold the same. Deus Ex
Really?
Remastered.
No two playthroughs unfold the same.
Deus Ex influenced a generation of RPGs with its emphasis on choice and consequence.
That's
No
crazy.
two playthroughs unfold the same.
Huh.
Deus Ex Remastered arrives on PS5 early next year.
Let's go. I might end up playing that. I've heard nothing but good things from it. There we go. Whoa, look at that! Look at her eyes. Chat, don't look at that. Don't look at that.
Our focus, our true objective, is to save this world, our current world.
Need I remind you that tampering with history is strictly forbidden?
Ooh. That threatened me with a good time. Damn! Oh, what is that?
Time I faced my
Bro pulled that out of his bum. Holy crap!
Let's go.
Where did you even get that? Bro, like, what is going on with there? Yo, if I was them, I would be so mad. Look, it did it again right here.
Today, you'll pay your dues!
What is that? That looks insane. This game looks sick. Code Vien 2? Code Vien? I think there's a pretty big series for that. Looks good.
Who will be Shogun?
Kurimatsu, why?
You'll never understand what it means!
I tried playing the first game, dude. This game is... I don't know about this one.
I am Himiko. On my honor as queen, I shall defeat Kiriko.
My timeless friend, I trust you. Nothing will stop me from becoming Shogun.
So long as this dark radiance exists, my fights will continue.
To rule, one must prove their might.
I didn't beat the first game. I didn't get very far.
At the end of time. Go now!
You wish to become Shogun that badly?
Maybe you don't want it enough. What makes a Shogun anyway? Takachio! Strength and superiority are what make a Shogun, and I have both!
Strength alone is not enough to end this war!
I don't know. I don't know. Oh. Are we? Yep, we sure are. Alright, let's grab some more. Got the Halloween one. There's another flight simulator. I don't care about that. God damn it. They add more. They added more. My God, they added more. Oh, we already watched that, I think. Did we? No, we didn't.
This.
We didn't watch that. Oh, shit, boys. We got a review. Oh, we're going to have to watch this. God damn, they keep adding stuff, brother. No, we didn't. We gotta watch that when we're done with Did it? When we're done with these. Okay. What is this? That's 5 minutes long. Why is this 5 minutes? Why does any trailer have to be 5 minutes? We got the first 16 minutes of the game. Oh my god, dude, that's what the fucking the main story looks like? Bro, COD's cooked. COD's cooked. They're done. There's no way. What is this? It's a Kojima production. I don't know what this is. Ah! We got a COD trailer. We're going to pull that out just to laugh at it. Hold on. We got to rub salt in the wound. You know what I'm saying? Got another Onimusha trailer. Bro, there's so many games. So many games. So many fucking games. We got this one. Happy I gave these like a day to cook. You know what I'm saying? I gave them a day to cook. Yakuza. Oh my god, they're coming out with another one? Oh, this is going to be so good. There's a third one, boys. I played the first two. Oh my god, they're so good. I think we finally did it. I think we finally got to the bottom. I think we finally did it. We did it. Oh my god. I thought I'd never see the end of it. Holy crap. Jesus. Okay, we got Flight Sim. Let's get it. Bruh. That's cool. Beat that here. Does this have like multiplayer? It sure is pretty though, ain't it? Boom. That looks really good. Oh wait, this is 5 minutes of gameplay. Move this. This is a game.
Is the only pure thing in this world.
Never mind. Well, it's a good thing I stopped that when I did. Holy shit. That would have been bad, boys.
You see, we're on the
Hold on. Trailers in here, goddammit. Why does this need to be 3 minutes?
Looks like we got some backup power here.
This looks like a very interesting game.
Now, maybe we can upgrade our stuff.
Worth a shot. We gotta get going.
Ready when you are. Starting hack. Crack. Jump Q.
This friggin' thing is tough as hell.
We can use this to hit harder and beat things faster.
So, like, you're supposed to be able to simultaneously hack the machines and shoot them? This trailer doesn't do it any justice because you have to dodge and shoot and hack all at the same time.
We did it!
It's like a multitasking simulator from hell.
Something's aiming at us. Leave it to me. I got him.
Not bad.
I'd imagine this is the tutorial. That's why it's pausing in the background. But it does not pause in active combat. I thought that's what was going on, but that is not what's going on.
Leave the shooting to me.
Because I originally thought that whenever you solve this, you're able to like attack and stuff. But that is not. That
was easy. Guess it's my turn.
Missile spotted. Right back at ya.
Good job, kid. Now it's my turn.
You see how it doesn't pause?
Move, you.
Get some.
Hacking.
You're going down.
This game looks like it might actually be really good if you can get the hang of the combat.
Look out.
Take that.
Huge.
Right on. How you like this?
Damn.
Diana.
I thought that was it.
Diana?
Yeah? What?
See the spot? You think we can get here in one piece?
Yeah. We'll go, and if you don't get hurt, that means it's safe. Let's go.
Sounds like a plan.
The hell?
Am I dead?
Oh, yes. So, this gauntlet is for you. You pop this on, you get the power of the Oni, and you'll be back topside.
I walk the path of the sword on my strength alone. I don't need some monster's power.
Damn.
The power of the Oni is all that's sustaining your life. That's an Oni gauntlet.
Musashi! Gun me! This thing's made me so damn strong.
Musashi, I cannot apologize enough for dragging you down this path against your will.
If I take this gauntlet off, I'll be a bloody mess on the floor anyway.
This isn't what you promised, Gauntlet.
My troop was attacked, and one of our members is missing. Save this world.
Fighting Genma wasn't the path I'd planned, but who knows? Maybe it'll be worth my while.
Well said!
Damn.
What in the...
Get a hold of yourself! Are you a man or a beast?
Getting strong because of some gauntlet. That's not strength.
I'm gonna eat all the souls you got in me.
Turns out, Miyamoto Musashi was just a brute with a sword after all.
Being tough isn't enough. A warrior meditates on what strength really means. Enjoying your new toys, I see.
That looks like it's gonna be a very interesting game. Oh.
Got
Hey, Musashi! Cusp of
Is that it? Oh god. Oh wait. Oh, this is 15 minutes. Yeah, this is 15 minutes of gameplay. That's the review. Did we grab everything? What is this? What is this? Nope. That's a music trailer. Absolutely fucking not. That's the review. Black Ops 7 trailer. Here we go. So let's see what Black Ops is going to bring to the table.
I know.
Already call bullshit.
I know.
Ain't no driving in Call of Duty.
Y'all are confused. So was I. But as they say, this too shall pass.
Oh, more zombies. I miss zombies when it wasn't like a weird mission boss thing. I want like whenever you like for example, Call of Duty, the original Call of Duty Black Ops, whenever you get an Easter egg, you got like the meteor stones and then it played the song. I want that kind of Easter egg. I want wave-based zombies to be back. That's what I want. I want them to get rid of these fucking Easter egg maps, dude. They're stupid. All these hard bosses that like you could sit there for days trying to get through this weird zombies campaign where you got to do all this meticulous crap to find some numbers and codes while you're dodging zombies and shit. That shit's just stupid and annoying. It's so dumb.
Let the carnage begin.
Can we have it without the copyrighted AC/DC music guy? Highway to Hell. Already got it. Thank you, though.
Like mowing the Lord of Flesh.
Oh, that's the original bar, isn't it? That's the bar from, is that Transit? I remember that bar. Oh, that's the diner. Isn't that's the launch pad. Fuck is that? I ain't gonna lie, the zombies looks really good. Is that a fucking bear? Jesus. Okay, so we got Call of Duty Zombies because, you know, we went from doing games about World War II to that. And then we got fucking Battlefield. The first 15 minutes of the main campaign, Mission 3. Let's see what this looks like. We're already storming the beaches of something. It looks kind of potato-fied, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look the best. But none of the original Call of Duties look the best either, so I'm fine with that. The game doesn't have to look good, it just has to be fun, okay?
Ready for beacon!
Damn! Oh! Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it! Oh, he got it! Ooh, there's a tank top. You see it? There's a top of a tank, the barrel of it. Whee! We're not gonna watch this whole thing. We're just gonna kind of go through. This looks good. This looks really good. It looks clean and crisp. Oh! Oh.
Contact 12 o'clock! Max reinforcements! Need to reload! Cover me!
That's an amazing thing. You don't understand growing up when you couldn't even vault over things to just shooting in a fucking window and vaulting it, dude. The thought that there will be a generation of people that won't know what that's like blows my fucking mind.
Raiders, all hostiles eliminated. Link up back at Charlie 5.
It's almost like a dream.
Could use this. No lighting up.
Oh, get him. Got an RPG. He's gonna blow the sandbags up? No. I was kind of hoping he'd blow the sandbags up. Yo, this is the main campaign. This looks really good. This looks fun.
On point. Push up the stairs.
We can't hold them much longer.
Oh!
All clear.
We're ready to move up.
Sniper,
safe.
eliminate.
Pursue the train. Oh, dude, and there's driving. Let's fucking go. Oh!
Company.
We've got him. Let's keep us in range.
Bro, this is what we've been needing right the fuck here. This is what I'm talking about. Bro, this is what's up. Oh yeah, here we go. What bridge is this? Is this in New York? Where's this at? That's New York. That's the Brooklyn Bridge?
Yeah, we're not done. Let's secure the wreckage.
I gotta Google this. I gotta figure out what bridge that is. What bridge do they keep showing getting blown up in the Battlefield 6 trailers? Oh, it's the Manhattan Bridge. It's not the Brooklyn Bridge, it's the Manhattan Bridge, but it is indeed New York. That's New York.
Really got us to fire. Let's move up.
This looks really good. See, this looks like how it would be in real combat. Bro, you ain't gonna be able to see these mobs. They're gonna be like dug into the freaking bush and stuff. They're gonna be hard to see. You're not gonna know until you hear a couple claps on your freaking helmet. Pop. Oh, 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 oh.
Marksman down.
You can just get into a vehicle. That's cool. That looks fun. You can just choose to get in and out of vehicles, huh? Pop.
Tango above. On the right. Shotgun.
You got drones too. Bro, this game looks phenomenal. This looks phenomenal. It really does. I hope that the single-player campaign is not multiplayer at all. I hope it's single-player. Or at least you could play it. You could play it multiplayer, but I would like to see something that you don't have to play online.
But if we don't deal with Kiryu, that'll stall the Tojo clan's land acquisition. No doubt he'll try to stop us, and if he does, the resort deal will end up back at square one. Now, if we snuff out Kiryu, that'll also settle the eviction matter. 2 birds, 1 stone. From there, it's a straight shot to the PM's chair. Sound about right, Minister Suzuki?
Hello. A pleasure. I'm the Minister of Land, Suzuki.
I know who you are. I don't like repeating myself. Pack up.
They haven't stopped. We got another eviction notice. I guess we might really have to leave after all.
Both of you are from the Ryudo family. You owe me an explanation for this. We pay our rent on time.
That's so weird to hear his voice. That is, I don't know how to feel about that. That's weird because it's always been like dubbed in English and that was it. It was never I'm sorry, it was always subbed in English, never dubbed.
Turn around and get the hell out of Okinawa.
That's
Bullshit!
Don't so you walk
away. If you want to fight, I'll give you one.
That's so weird.
Know, if it comes to that, I won't hold anything back.
Liberal push for military expansion in the region. Minister of Defense Ryuzo Tamiya. Okinawa Resort Development.
That is not how I expected him to sound.
Deal. Land Minister Yoshinobu Suzuki both paid a visit to the embattled region today.
Defending our nation is all the...
You know what's kind of crazy is that the subbed version of the Yakuza games are actually really, really well done. There's never been like a moment where I'm reading any text. I just thought about that. I was like, you know, they can't even get that right with anime, but Yakuza was able to nail it for like, what, 10 games now? They did it every time, and I don't think I've ever read a subtitled box that I got confused about. They did a really good job.
Concerns me. Indeed. To land in Okinawa? What if I do?
Ooh.
This business you're caught up in. It all ties back to a story I've been chasing.
That the traitor is in league with the man who shot Daigo.
Unfortunately, that also means the main suspect in the 6th chairman's shooting.
If you haven't played the Kiwami 1 and 2 of Yakuza, I absolutely 1000% recommend them. I think hands down they're the best ones. And it's crazy they're making a third one.
This war's finally getting...
If you want to see how a real Yakuza operates...
The story is so good and the gameplay backs it like crazy.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Kazuma-san won't be the only ghost hunting this town.
Where are you guys?
This is the end of the line for you. Kazuma Kiryu.
Freeze! Tamashiro got nothing to do with this place!
Spare them. Spare this orphanage. Please!
Well, the story with the orphanages, that's where he grew up as well. So, like, he grew up in that orphanage, became a Yakuza member, pretty much beat the Yakuza, if you believe that, faked his own death, and now they're still coming after him. Big surprise. It's like John Wick, but Yakuza style.
If it ain't me, you're just throwing it away. There will come a time when you can show the world what you're made of. For now, just trust me.
But it's way more in depth than that. You get like the basic idea with that. Oh, bro, let's fucking go!
What's that?
Dang, someone getting shot? Oh, they did. They did. Oh!
Get your ass out here, Daiko Dojima! Stay back, Chairman! They're targeting you!
Company, right?
Hey!
I don't really care about this one. This is like a Dark Ties one. I don't really care about that one. I care about that Yakuza 3. I mean that yeah, that one. I don't want to pronounce it wrong, so I'm just gonna. It looks like Kiwami, but I'm probably wrong. What is this? Sorrows?
Scratches and tears.
That looks crazy.
Scan for Soltari signals.
Signal
Damn.
corrupted. Approximating.
Is that the thing from the ridge?
Confirmed.
You better
Show off this first look of gameplay for Saros running on PS5. Saros builds on Returnal's award-winning action and tells the emotional and haunting story of Arjun Devraj's drive for answers on the shape-shifting planet of Carcosa.
Damn. Wait, is this like the next game in the series? What is this?
Here we show off one of our exciting combat features, the Soltari Shield. By holding R1, you can defend yourself and absorb dials.
Oh. That's cool. Oh, the sound effects.
By absorbing projectiles, hit back hard using your power weapon. By holding the adaptive trigger on L2, you'll be able to destroy enemies using Eclipse-driven weaponry.
Oh, this looks like a bullet hell. This looks really good.
To get straight back into the action.
So what happened? Did he die?
This is Second Chance, where you can be revived.
Wait a minute, he died. So what happens when you die?
This is Second Chance, where you can be revived on first step to get straight back into the action. Second Chance is part of our permanent progression systems, which means you will always come back stronger.
Really? Interesting. Permanent progression system? So every time you go down, you get stronger? Permanent progression system. How does Soros's permanent progression system work? Sor. It's S-A-R. S-A-R-O. O-S? Soros? Allows players to come back stronger after each death by permanently upgrading their solitary combat suit, abilities, and equipment, such as second chance revive or weapon choices from an evolving arsenal. That's kind of crazy. So every time you die, you actually get stronger. That's insane. Boss, that looks good.
The sun is forever.
Be able to play Saros on PS5 and enhance for PS5 Pro. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to share more from all of the team working on Saros.
Saros. Yo, that looks good. This looks single player. I don't even think I have to Google it. I feel like every time they complete a trailer, they need to bring back whenever, it's like whenever I was growing up, anytime that there was a game that was online only, it said online play required, and it doesn't say that anymore, and it's very misleading, and it's, to be quite frank, it's malicious and scummy, and they need to bring that back. They need to make a law mandating that. Sorrows. That looks good. Oh, damn. Here we go. Did IGN upload anything new before we start this? Please, no more trailers. Mother of God. Please, no more trailers. It doesn't look like there's any more trailers. Xbox prices go up again. Well, sucks to be an Xbox player, I guess. Okay, cool. So it looks like that's everything for this. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Already 9. Jesus. And we're gonna come back and watch this review. And yeah. Alright, let's get it. Oh, man. This is either going to be a paid review or it's going to be a bad review. But I'm already not even going to touch this game because of what the developers have said about Charlie Kirk. So this game could suck a big fat one for all I care. Here we go.
Sequels are opportunities to either build upon a predecessor and push boundaries, or refine what was already great and deliver that again with a stronger focus. With Ghost of Yote, developer Sucker Punch leaned heavily into the latter approach, and the result is more captivating open-world action and unbelievably striking visuals at every turn. It doesn't try to revolutionize things, sticking pretty close to 2020's Ghost of Tsushima in general, but I don't necessarily mind when that means it can expand in aspects that matter and offer a tighter distillation of the samurai fantasy that was originally promised. And not many games in recent memory can hang their hat on having combat as fluid and satisfying as this, and it's packed into a revenge tale that makes for a more human story.
So long. Any ideas, boy?
Coming off of Tsushima, the novelty of imitating filmmaker Akira Kurosawa may have worn off a bit, but the cinematic stylings of his samurai classics still effectively seep into Ghost of Yote's look and vibe. Whether it be the cinematography of cutscenes, the standoff before a duel, or the letterbox framing while riding horseback across the gorgeous fields of Ezo, which is modern-day Hokkaido and home of Mount Yote, it had me mashing the screenshot button and frequently pulling up the photo mode, which is conveniently mapped to the D-pad. We've seen technically impressive worlds across Sony's first-party catalog.
Why the hell would you have photo mode attached to the D-pad? Put it on the share button. Jesus Christ. How are we making these things worse?
But it's the artistic flourishes and intentional environmental effects that elevate Ezo's lush plains, snow-covered mountains, and vibrant forests. The picturesque vistas lend Yote its own identity, but it's the new lead character, Atsu, who gives the wandering samurai tale a more enticing edge as well.
Yes.
It's a story far less concerned about the romanticized idea of the samurai and instead focuses on the lengths one would go to exact their revenge. Tsushima.
I kind of wondered about that whenever I played the first Ghost of Tsushima. About, like, because, you know, Sucker Punch is really known for Infamous. And it's a superhero game. The first two games were about Cole McGrath, and you could choose to either absorb people or heal them using your electrical powers, and you pretty much can do the same thing with, I think it's like Dyson or Dale or whatever the hell his name is in the third game. But they really kind of threw the entire moral system out when they made Ghost of Tsushima. So, like, you could play as a samurai and do the samurai thing, or you could play as the ghost and do kind of like a mix of both, or just do like the assassin style kills with the dust and stuff, the smoke bombs. But it doesn't really reward or punish you for choosing either. I would like to see a Ghost of Tsushima that's not this, and hopefully with new developers that aren't making their cheers of political violence known.
His protagonist Jin was just fine for the purposes of that story.
You know, a system in place to praise or punish the player based on how they play.
Yet he wasn't a particularly interesting lead on his own. Moving to Atsu, who's fiery and brash, gives Yote the kind of personality it needs.
Even after what they said, I'm not touching this game. I just want to see how much ass kissing IGN's going to do for this game. When you got developers praising the death of another human being on social media, you've lost all my respect.
Erika
and
Ishii
money.
lends their likeness and voice, if you play with English audio, to Atsu and brings something that's more rough around the edges for a more believable character. She's stubborn and has trouble seeing beyond bloodlust, sometimes frustratingly so, and the ways the world and people push back on her kept me curious enough to see things through.
My name is Atsu.
Now, all of this revolves around a fairly by-the-numbers revenge plot, where Atsu seeks to take down the Yote 6, a group of outlaws who killed her family when she was young, along their path to becoming the de facto leaders of Ezo by force. If you played Assassin's Creed Shadows from earlier this year, you'll notice a lot of similarities. In its roughly 30-hour main journey,
I do whenever they don't lose their jobs.
A large majority of the story unfolds in predictable fashion, and gives you the runaround more often than I'd like. Multiple times, events build up to a big moment, only for it to kill the momentum without much of the plot moving forward or evolving.
My name is Optimus Prime. The Autobots never pull out.
That's not to say it doesn't have its moments, though. There are a few clever twists in a middle chapter and some bittersweet scenes throughout that had me emotionally invested in ways
I was watching XQC and someone said that, dude. I started fucking cackling. I was like,
didn't expect. Atsu also has a couple companions, and one of the standouts is Oyuki, both for her wisdom and as a contrast for the revenge motif. And so is Atsu's mom, who adds texture to Yote's themes of music and family through childhood flashbacks that flesh out their past.
Let's play together.
Oh god, let's fucking...
There aren't many open-world action games that compel me to clear out optional content across the map at the expense of some frustrating techniques, letting you cut through them with greater efficiency. All these weapons control distinctly, and the Kusarigama is a particular highlight. It lets you break shields, swing it around for crowd control, and even assassinate enemies from it.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. How can a chain sickle break shields? Wouldn't it make more sense to use a big sword to break a shield, like if you're cutting through bamboo? Why the fuck would you, like for example, let me give you an example, because there's a very good example. In the first game, to increase your, these ball things, you cut through bamboo using your sword. Why the fuck would you use a chain sickle to cut through bamboo when you can just use a sword? Because that's what the shield pretty much is. It's just hardened bamboo. How does a chain sickle break a shield? You already lost in the sauce. What?
Highlight. It lets you break shields, swing it around for crowd control, and even assassinate enemies from a distance on some Scorpion type shit.
How's that an assassination? The dude screamed. That should alert the nearby guards, does it not?
Scorpion type shit. Weapon switching is smooth and fast, so it's not as much of a pain as it may sound, and mastering the cadence of combat makes...
See, I don't like that either, because, like, you have to pick up... So, instead of giving the player the ability to hold all the weapons they need, you have to search the combat field for the weapon you need to take out enemies. So, like, instead of switching stances, now you have to dig up weapons just to fight certain enemies. And it was just easier to switch stances. This is just not it. This ain't it.
And Atsu look.
I don't care how easy it is to switch the weapons from the ground. I care about the fact that now I have to worry about finding a fucking weapon that I don't have in the middle of combat to fight an enemy, otherwise it's going to be damn near impossible to kill. Like, for example, in the original Ghost of Tsushima game, if you didn't have the right stance equipped, it was almost impossible to take out the shield guys. It was damn near, like, not even doable.
Like a badass. The role of projectiles is also expanded with the advent of firearms during this time period, as Yote takes place in the early 1600s. So not only does Atsu not give a damn about honor, she also has no qualms about letting her chopper sing. Well, her musket or flintlock pistol. Sure, the musket takes forever to reload, but landing a shot comes with an emphatic punch.
I had my doubts about this game whenever I saw that it had a female antagonist. Or a protagonist. That's where I started having my doubts about this game. And then I heard that you had to pick up and put down the weapons, and I was like, I mean, other than the scenery, and yeah, the gameplay is pretty much a copy and paste other than the weapon swapping, it's not really adding much to the
through armored
series.
Foes. And the flintlock pistol is handy for staggering.
And then, like, the thing with Charlie Kirk just kind of, like, put the last nail in the coffin for me.
Finishing off enemies at point blank. And man, does it make me...
Like, you're not, as a lady, you're not going to be able to outmuscle this guy. There's no fucking way. I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen.
And the flintlock pistol is handy for staggering or finishing off
Hey,
enemies at point blank. And man, does it make me miss Bloodborne. And of course, the bow and arrow is still there, and it feels good to land a headshot. Then there's smoke and dust bombs to obscure enemy vision, and a flame attachment that temporarily sets your blades ablaze.
You know what's even crazier? Is that if you noticed in the first game, other than like a few female samurai who were trained by, you know, their husbands, why would there be female soldiers? That should be a pretty big, you know, indicator right there that something's up.
Which are effective in their own right. This is all to say that you have a lot to juggle and no shortage of options for overcoming Yote's
Especially given the time that this is supposed to take place. I don't know about that.
challenges, whether it be an entire
It's like they're
battalion or a high-stakes one-on-one. Stealth is still a
I'm
prominent...
seeing the red flags. I'll say that. It may not be this one that ends up being its downfall, but it might be some more in
part
the
of the
future,
mix, but largely relies on basic mechanics we've seen time and again in these kinds of action games. Than we saw in Tsushima, and Yote never really pushes you hard in that direction. If you get caught, then you just fight, like, oh no, I have to engage in combat, the best part of the game, what a shame. The timing of your parry and dodge is of utmost importance, and even though they play out quite predictably, I still got a kick out of connecting on multiple parries wonderfully. I see that blue glint, and I lock in. So much so that I played most of the campaign with the Bounty Master armor equipped, which disables normal parries to slightly increase the perfect parry timing 3 and a timing-based EI sword swipe before going finding shrines, many of which are optional, making its open-world activities more meaningful, unlocking charms for smart move. Of outlaws to chase, and a few cultural nods that show a bit more appreciation for the region and its history are celebrated in a way that is a natural Like Tsushima, Yote's map is built with the veneer of discoverability, finding ways to nudge you in certain directions without plastering waypoints or markers on your screen. The wind navigation mechanic is back, where swiping up on the touchpad visualizes a wind gust toward your active objective. I also appreciate how songs Atsu learns in the shiny...
I don't think you could just go to an objective, though. I think you have to uncover it as you go along. Like, from what I understand is, it has to do like that with that map piece. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think you just start with an objective. You have to like go somewhere and then kind of explore, then you get an objective.
Which you can play at any time to guide you to finding collectibles, or hot springs to boost health, create a little extra thematic coherence through music, as well as a way for completionists to do their thing. Although the activities themselves may still feel formulaic after a while, especially ones where you're exclusively doing Uncharted-style platforming and rock climbing, at least there has been an effort to dress them up organically as the map expands. As someone kinda burnt out on the traditionally structured...
That's kind of how I feel about it. I think Chad kind of hit the nail on the head. Ghost of Tsushima didn't need a sequel. Ghost of Tsushima was a completed game, and the story was completed. This doesn't need to exist. I guess that's also another problem that I'm seeing, is like, it's just more people trying to take an original formula and fuck it up in a way that just doesn't make any sense.
Open world games. I appreciate the way Yote expresses...
I mean, them posting stuff about Kirk said everything I really needed to see about this game. Like, I had this feeling that it had some woke-ass weird agenda with the female character, but like, the more and more that I see of it, the more and more I'm like, I don't know about this.
Just enough restraint with its separate zones while maintaining the impression of a gigantic map. And letting
the... like, what better way to make a game just to make a game than to make it a revenge story, you know? Like, it has no basis, it has no actual history to it. Like, the Mongols evading for the first game was actually something that happened. This has no... like, this has nothing.
Carry you from one thing to the next doesn't feel at odds, as this is Atsu's path of vengeance that mostly
works... a slab of meat with no bones.
...on her terms. With aesthetic options like the returning Kurosawa mode that turns everything black and white with Japanese audio, fluid action, with a strong lead in Atsu as a vigilante who does not act. So while I may not
be... kind of how Death Stranding 2 was. Death Stranding 2 exists, but it really doesn't and shouldn't exist. Like, it was okay. It wasn't as good as the first one. The first one was fucking phenomenal. The second one felt like it didn't need to exist.
Transforming open world games, Ghost
Oh yeah, I wonder how much you got paid to
of
say
Yote
that.
is a great distillation of the.
I don't know. I don't think it. It'll probably still be good gameplay wise, but the morals that are backing this, I don't support and I won't support, and that's why I'm not paying for any of it. I'm just not gonna do it. There we go. We're moving on from the games. Finally, we're moving on from the games. More Paz!
Discovered a new fish. Looks fucking ridiculous. This is
Pokemon.
Bumpy Snailfish. A freshly discovered species found off the coast of California.
Ooh.
What makes this absolute specimen stick out is that it's a deep sea fish found at a depth of 3 kilometers. And
Damn.
I am here to tell you exactly why. Because once God finished building this thing, he took a step back, looked at it, realized exactly how chopped it was, and punted that thing into the depths of the ocean where no one would ever see it again. Be free! However,
I played Death Stranding 2 because I had high hopes for it, and I was severely disappointed. I was disappointed. I don't plan on making that mistake with Ghost of Tsushima because I see the red flags and I'm just not gonna fall for it.
thanks to the hubris of mankind, it is here before us today to take the piss out of.
Look at the top of his head.
I mean, fucking look at it. It is a profoundly unserious creature. I do not think a single fucking thought has ever spawned behind those eyes.
Oh, I don't think so either.
Not to mention the fit on it. It looks like an aquatic, uncooked turkey with a fucking smiley face.
It looks like a tadpole.
At a solid 3 inches in length, Bumpy here is not the only species of snailfish.
Oh, no.
There's others that look like this. However, unlike his cousins,
like a mouse.
God deemed it so that this poor little f***er would be built like a shaved testicle. The scientific term for a pair of these should be a sack. However, despite the fact that he looks like a sperm cell with a receding hairline,
oh God,
I love him. He's so cute. Look at that smile. That shit reminds me of Sackboy on the PS3. I know when they got his ass on camera, he looked at it and went,
you know, when you showed me up, you put some of the stuffing in the wrong places, so I'm a little up. But will you take care of me forever and ever?
Scientists just discovered a new fish.
Oh God.
Looks fucking ridiculous.
No, not in Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding 2 wasn't that bad. As far as gameplay, because the vehicles actually the vehicles were actually pretty good. I was impressed with the vehicles having the ability to do that spiky thing. That really made the gameplay a lot better. The gameplay, hands down, was way better in my opinion. But the story just made no sense. I mean, it made sense, but it just didn't... It was parts of the story that I just didn't care about. I wanted to know, like, what ultimately caused the Death Stranding. I wanted to see that second that it happened, you know? That's what I wanted more of. I wanted more of the history of it. Like, I wanted more stuff like that. But, oh well, I guess. Let's get it.
Tonight have good reason to brace for retribution from the president for putting Jimmy Kimmel back on the air. He's already promised it. Quoting from his social media post, "I can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. The White House was told by ABC that his show was canceled." He continued with the thread, "I think we're going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds even more lucrative. A true bunch of losers. Let Jimmy Kimmel rot in his bad ratings." That is both the backdrop to
Damn.
and the threat hanging over ABC parent companies, their parent company.
Like, yes, Donald Trump doesn't want him to be on the thing, but you have to keep in mind that all the late night shows, their ratings are just plummeting. And I don't think it's because they're bad necessarily. I honestly think it's because everyone has to work 9 to 5s and then some. Like, so people have to work fucking 2 jobs just to afford their apartments now. So, like, no one has time to stay up that late. A lot of these late night shows, the reason why they're falling under is because no one stays up that late. They have to go to bed and get ready for the next morning. There's just there's no time for it anymore.
From suspension over remarks.
Because like the more and more things are going up, the harder and harder it is to just stay up when you've got to get up even earlier, or stay even later even. Like you could be getting up at the same time, but having to stay later or work an extra day just to make up for like rent and bills. Shit sucks.
Made in the wake of Charlie Kirk's murder. High stakes as well for a late night monologue. According to ABC, more than 6 million TV viewers plus 26 million online watched as he opened it last night with the exact same words Tonight Show host Jack Parr once used after he returned from a different and certainly less serious fight over censorship 65 years ago.
You should know that most of the television people, like most of the broadcasters, are still boycotting him because of what he said. So there's a good chance that, I mean, maybe over time he'll be able to get aired on more TV places, but as of right now, he's out most of them. But he did say something wrong. He was trying to compare Donald Trump to the assassin that killed him. I mean, that's pretty defamatory if I've ever, seen it. So it makes sense why Trump would go after him. And he tried to, like, make jokes about the entire incident. I don't know what's gotten into you today, Nigel, but, usually you're on board with this kind of stuff.
Agreed to do it. Here we go. To reactivate your Disney Plus and Hulu account.
That's funny.
Open the Disney Plus app on your smart TV or TV connected device.
Like any good joke, there was truth behind it. A suspension set off calls for people to cancel subscriptions to streaming services owned by Disney and a soaring number of Google searches for
Where was that at whenever Tucker Carlson got his show canceled? His show's ratings were off the freaking chart. And they actually actively canceled him and violated his freedom of speech. Where was that at whenever it mattered? But a lot of people seem to be confused about it. The reason why Jimmy Kimmel got his show taken down wasn't just because of the comments he made about Kirk and Trump. It was also the fact that his ratings aren't doing well. They're just not.
Instructions how. Two big affiliate groups, Sinclair and Nexstar, together accounting for nearly a quarter of ABC households, did not carry Kimmel's return last night, meaning their viewers.
So I'd imagine whenever they got a call from the White House saying what they said, and then also other television broadcasters are also still boycotting it. So it's not like anything's really going to change just because ABC brought his show back on their television broadcast.
Did not get to hear him choke up while addressing Charlie Kirk's supporters.
But it's Trump. I mean, how often does Trump said something and it actually be right? It's just, it's what he does all the time. He tries to capitalize, or not capitalize, but he tries to, like, make things seem like they were his doing, but really it was other factors that ended up, like, it was multiple factors, but there wasn't the only factor that led to him being taken off the air temporarily.
I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind, but I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
Look at that. He even admitted it. So he does admit that he did something wrong.
I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like I always say. He's not sorry that he did it. He's sorry that his show almost got permanently canceled. I'd imagine that kind of shock factor will put put some, life back in your eyes, I'm sure.
On the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for
I play
compassion,
Borderlands.
and I meant it. I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbing.
I think this is kind of an eye-opener for him, because I'm sure a lot of his stuff is scripted. So there's a good chance that he's probably going to go over his scripts now before he makes comments. Because I don't think personally that he did it, but somebody wrote that in there to make light on the situation, and it was just wrong.
Individual, that was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make. But I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way.
Kimmel also directly addressed the president in his pressure campaign to get him pulled from the air, as well as the wider climate of censorship he sees taking hold in the country.
The president of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me and the hundreds of people who work here fired from our jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke.
And you know what's crazy? Is that these are the same people that if you had a job, and I've been around this mentality. I had a friend that lost his job to this mentality. And because they can't work you to death, and they can't sit there and do the job themselves, and they believe that because you're a white male, or sometimes even just a male, they won't hire you. He still can't find a fucking job because this mentality has forced its way in so many higher tiers of our society, in so many, like, hiring positions and gaming development companies and positions of power, where now that they're there, either the entire company has to get shut down or they have to lay off thousands of people. And you can't, like for example, like Ubisoft, whenever they were trying to make Assassin's Creed Shadows, and obviously it was a dumpster fire. It was a better game, actually. Concord's a fantastic example. They had it all. They had the developers backlash against the gamers on social media. Then they had people being too scared to go up to the people that were designing most of the game. They were too scared to say anything because of fear of being fired. So when you want to talk about livelihood, you have to realize that the past 4 years has been nothing but a fear tactic for anyone who's had a job that has had to work under these people. So it's kind of crazy that he's going to sit there and say that whenever I myself have had to deal with it. I know a friend who's had to deal with it simply because we're white and we're men. It's just kind of crazy that they can sit here and say this on these massive platforms when we've had to deal with it for the past 4 years. It's insanity.
He's not stopping. it's not just comedy. He's gunning for our journalists, too. He's suing them. He's bullying them. Over the weekend, his foxy friend Pete...
And it's kind of crazy, even now, to hear them say this, but where was the defense when it came to Tucker Carlson? You want to sit here and say this for all the other media people, for Stephen Colbert or and Jimmy Kimmel, but where was this when Tucker Carlson got taken down? Where was this? Where was this defense? Where was this violation of this freedom of speech? Where was that? But they want to sit here and make fun of somebody that was shot and killed on stage in front of his family for doing exactly that, talking. And then get surprised and then get aggro when they get their fucking shit taken down? You get what you fucking deserve, loser. What do you think was going to happen?
Hegseth announced a new policy that requires journalists with Pentagon press credentials to sign a pledge.
Probably never, because he is staying with his parents, and that is just the whole mess.
Promising not to report.
Bro is like constantly on the verge of being kicked out and homeless.
Information that
he
hasn't...
cannot find a damn job, bro. It is still really bad.
Explicitly,
like, he has applied. Like, I've seen his thing since he got, because he got kicked in December of last year. It was either this November or December. Bro, he has not been able to find a job. He's applied to hundreds of jobs. He says he's got like a routine going on where he wakes up, applies to like 10 jobs, and hopes to hear back from them. Because if you show up now, you don't hear. They don't. They tell you to go home and wait.
That includes,
and he doesn't have a vehicle, so he ends up having to walk.
Unclassified information. They want to pick and choose what the news is. I know that's not as interesting as muzzling a comedian, but it's so important to have a free press.
It's also very hypocritical that he says that too, because I didn't see you talking about Biden whenever he wasn't helping anybody and just not doing anything, to be quite frank. Like, you can't. That's the problem if you're trying to be one-sided. It's so easy to pick it apart and find the holes. Now, that's what I like about Jon Stewart, is that he's willing to pick apart both sides. He's called out the Democrats and he's called out the Republicans. That you can't just far left or far right yourself and then try to pick apart the other side, because there's some stupid shit on both sides that I'm like, oh, that's just dumb. Like, what's wrong with you?
And it is nuts that we aren't paying more attention to it.
Like, it's, and that's another thing, like, oh, well, it happened to me, so now we have to pay attention to it. Bitch, it's been happening to a lot of people over the past 4 years that have been having their stuff canceled. But all these weirdos getting into, like, game development and all these TV shows, man, it's all crap and slop. Like, look at what they did to the Star Wars series. Look at what they tried to do to the Avengers Endgame. They did that stupid little scene with the fucking women that all stood together. Dude, that was fucking weird. That was woke as shit. And now you want to sit here and talk about it? It's crazy how when the shoe's on the other foot, how quick you people are to try and bring down the hammer, huh? What is this? Oh, Bungie. Yeah, here we go. The CEO dipped, bro. Bungie CEO dipped.
It's been a long few months over at Bungie. I mean, just think about it. We've seen the marathon delay, the plagiarism allegations, and now, well, one of the lowest concurrent peaks for a Destiny expansion ever. And sadly for them, the mood is not improving whatsoever.
No,
look at the subreddit and you will find a community that's all but given up. The reason why? Well, because they feel like the devs have given up too. But it might not be the resignation of developers. It might not be the community giving up. No, I think the most telling thing about Bungie's state is that the CEO resigned. Let's begin by looking at some numbers, and I know Steam player counts aren't everything, but they are something, and they don't look good for Edge of Fate, which is the latest Destiny expansion. Now, part of that was the final shape giving people an off-ramp,
You know why? That's what happens when you make a game where you have to go in and do dailies and do all this weird stuff every single day and keep up with light levels and get new gear. It gets to a point where if you miss one day or you miss a certain amount of time, how long it takes to grind out to get to that point just to play a DLC just makes it not worth it. It's just not worth it. Not at all.
The final shape is basically the big culmination of a plotline, so if you're going to duck out of the game, well, after that really is the best time. I mean, player sentiment was already low, and the state of Bungie, and of course the Marathon debacles, did not help. But here's another problem. Only 22% of critics recommend the new expansion, which is absolutely brutal. And when it did release, well, players found that the new portal system completely reworked the game. And let's just say it was controversial. So Bungie basically added a parallel power system, and as Paul Tassi frames it, this effectively sunsets 80% of the game. There was no point in engaging with anything outside of that system now. And that's because bonuses stack in a way that makes everything else almost irrelevant. Seeing the feedback, Bungie tried to fix complaints, but the fixes would have slowed progression even more, so they had to walk those back. And then, well, they had to come up with something else entirely. And all of this got worse, of course, after the QA layoffs of this summer. So the stuff in-game's been going bad, but I'd say, given the QA layoffs, it's hardly a surprise that in addition to all of that, there is a never
That's the point, he's gonna drop some knowledge on you.
Errors, exploits, all that stuff. And for a peek at what's happening, well, look at this. Raid leaderboards that are full of cheaters. There's paid armor that turns players invisible. There's rewards not being granted, soft locks in multiple places in the game, and people losing access to paid content and stores. And the list of things goes on.
That's crazy.
And then came even more frustration because Bungie also seemed to remove aspirational loot from the reward pool. They seemingly made it paid instead. So that was a shit show. Of course, it's one they had to fix as well after a bunch of backlash. And, I mean...
That's crazy. What a bunch of scumbags. They actually took loot out of the game and made it paid so people would pay for it. Dude, Bungie is just going down the toilet. They've gotten so greedy.
We haven't even talked about the Star Wars-themed expansion controversy in this video. So in short, right?
So much.
It's been a bad time. And the man in charge during the development of all of this just quit. But it's more than just that he quit. It's some of the context and also some of the incentives. Bungie CEO is gone. Pete Parsons gets to walk away from all of this chaos. Someone else can deal with the consequences of the company's actions during his tenure. In a blog post at the end of August, Parsons announced this departure. He had 20 years at Bungie, and he said that he decided to pass the torch. But
yeah,
the timing is kind of interesting. You see, he's leaving 3 years and 1 month after Bungie's acquisition by PlayStation.
Ooh.
And that may just align with stock options maturing from that sale. And that's something clearly in the minds of the staff whom he fired. They reacted with barely disguised venom on social media.
Damage done, but we are all family, right, Pete? We are proud to announce Justin Truman will be stepping up as Bungie's new studio head as Peter Parson retires from his position to pass the torch to a new generation.
Say ex-social media manager Griffin Bennett had a particularly sharp response. He just said, vested stock cleared, damage done, but hey, we're all a family, right, Pete? You see, back in December 2023, insiders were worrying about something. They essentially thought the leadership at Bungie were preparing to cut and run after the launch of Marathon.
That's
Obviously,
crazy.
the launch of Marathon didn't happen when
yeah.
Anyone thought it would, especially at the time of those leaks. And what it looks like is that even if that was the plan, while Marathon may have been delayed, Parsons' exit was certainly not delayed in line with the game.
No,
So
I
to
bet
understand
not.
This, let's go back to
He's got those stocks, he cashed them in and he said, "Peace, bitch, I'm retiring, I'm done."
2021. Staff framed Parsons as slow to act on toxic work culture allegations. They sent direct letters to him, and his intentions were supposedly good, better than some others of Bungie leadership, but ultimately, he didn't really react fast enough. But this was just the start. What followed next? Well, the multi-project incubation period that sapped resources, the sale to PlayStation, disastrous monetization demands being placed on the Destiny team. All of this stuff harmed developer and player sentiment, and I think most dangerously, it put players and developers against each other. And when that sort of thing starts to happen, game communities can just enter a death spiral. But then came the endless stream of layoffs both before and following the final shape. Because hey, congratulations, you did the final shape, people seem to have loved it, and your
Roles
reward
will be
is
eliminated. Yeah, 220 roles will be eliminated.
already planned layoffs.
Damn.
Now add to this the woes of this summer, and just before that, the entire marathon saga that played out. It's a lot. Now, look, to be clear, Parsons isn't directly responsible for everything that went bad. He's not the guy individually.
No, but he got them stocks, and they matured, and then he's gonzo. He's gonzo. He's done.
Responsible for the company's state.
I can't say I blame him either. Cause like if you're backed into a corner, but you got your one out, right? You got your dip card, you throw that bitch up and you're like, I'm out, peace. Like, why wouldn't you? Especially whenever everything's just going sour and you're just done. I don't really blame him.
As CEO, yeah, he was responsible. But here's something. If Parsons is indirectly responsible for the company's state, what's curious is that his successor will not have the same role. Bungie's new leader is a man called Justin Truman, and you might remember him from some of our previous coverage. We talked about his infamous GDC presentation on sustainable live service development. You might remember a quote, which is, "Beware of over-delivery." Obviously, Destiny players felt that they had been under-delivered to for quite a while.
Teacher knows
so
you're using AI.
Fired away as a meme.
Gotta proofread it, man.
Typical, an example of everything that people thought was wrong and going bad with Bungie. In reality, what he said in the talk was far more nuanced, and I guess the easiest way, albeit crude, is to just say, he was basically saying, don't blow your load. That's kind of it. Now, it represents the most fundamental shift at Bungie in years. The reason why is simple.
Hopefully over
Bit of information.
delivers.
Quote, a live service MOBA, which is one of the things that came
Oh
out.
my god, this guy wants to make a live service mobile fucking like Destiny game. Oh, that game's cooked.
Period.
That game is cooked, bro.
Accountability directly to PlayStation. And it's a PlayStation that's different. One that is shifted towards cheaper, faster game development with more central oversight. Because they essentially realized, oh dear, we put a lot of chips into Concord, and we really didn't monitor the quality of that, did we? So you might be wondering, is this better for Bungie? It's weird,
No.
right? Because we don't know. You don't know. None of us know. Because
There's no way. There's not. There is not a point in this world where this is going to be good for Bungie and its community. Promise you, it's not. I think this might definitely be the death of Destiny and Bungie as we know it. I think this might be it. But only time will tell. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Just have to keep an eye on it.
There is a cliche in movies and shows where if a character would die like clock.
This kind of upsets me a little bit. Let's watch this.
I remember growing up, there was a cliche in movies and shows where if a character would die like clockwork, they would always say, but don't worry, they're not really gone. They still live on in your heart forever. And it's about how the character's memory and their legacy is able to transcend death. And they're alive to a certain extent because you remember them. It's metaphorical. But in reality, in the modern day and age, this idea can actually be literal. Thanks to
AI.
Technology! Did that scare you? Did that jump scare you? Does
No.
technology frighten you? Well, this one might. Thanks to our advances in one field in particular, AI.
Yep, I
are
knew
some
it.
Fucking worms, some parasitic zombies.
Well, I
out
mean, like, Darth Vader's voice has been AI for, like, years now, hasn't it? So it doesn't really
up there,
surprise me.
that when someone passes away, they then get dollar signs in their eyes like Mr. Krabs because they can still get
Yeah,
some...
we're going to have, like, protections on people after they die so they can't be, their likeness can't be, AI'd. Isn't that going to be kind of crazy?
usefulness out of them. They can parade that corpse around thanks to AI, where they can kind of like revive it with some...
Bro, I ain't even going to lie. If I see Stan Lee in another fucking movie by Marvel, I am never watching another Marvel movie for as long as I live.
Fucking forbidden necromancy so they can continue to squeeze doubloons out of their
That
image.
is some, like, next level style of scummy slop to put a dead person like Stan Lee AI generated into a movie to make money. That is levels of, oh my, like, that just blows my mind. That is insane. That is levels of degenerate I don't think I've ever even considered.
It's like Kabuto from Naruto, where he like revives ancient ninjas to use for his own game. Crypto projects, it goes on and on. An AI Stan Lee attending, where guests can pay money to get a picture with AI Stan Lee, as well as have a conversation with him. So fork over some clams and you get to interact with AI Stan Lee. Excelsior! It's exactly what he would want, I'm sure. The people that own his image now get to just continue to put him on the puppet strings and have him dance for them, where they...
I didn't think you could own someone's image. I thought that was illegal. And didn't we have like a civil war over that?
Can put whatever words in his mouth that they want, and of course he has no say-so in it because he is no longer...
I think they can get away with it because he's a white man, right? That seems to be the theme.
He shed the mortal coil quite a long time ago, and yet since then, somehow, there are still people that are using him to make money for themselves. It's just greed. I think it is so sick and twisted. And the company that owns his likeness is trying to prop this up as like a positive thing. So the studio that owns the rights to his likeness is Cartoon Studios, and the company that developed the hologram is called Proto Hologram, and they have big plans for rapid commercial expansion.
I guess Stan Lee should have read the terms of service whenever he signed his contract to get paid by Marvel Studios.
Stan Lee IP. This was a human...
Secretly, it's part of Disney. It's part of Disney Plus's terms of service.
Being, by the way, that they're now talking about like it's the fucking E3 showcase and how they're going to be like unveiling a new console here. We got big plans for Stan Lee now that he's dead, and we can do it.
Awful, dude. That is so scummy. It's terrible.
With his likeness, yeah, get excited.
What the hell's wrong with this world, man?
Big moves coming from our Stan Lee IP.
It's so disrespectful. It's not even funny how there's like, does Stan Lee have a family? Are they okay with this? Are they at least getting money for this? Like, this is awful.
How is that anything but ghoulish? Oh my god.
It's so degenerate.
Collectible cards and a refresh of his wax statue. Collectible cards. They're making a Stan Lee trading card game. Oh my...
What? A Stan Lee trading card game? Man, get the fuck out of here with this. This is just stupid.
Goodness.
This is so wrong.
And of course, the hologram AI is part of the same push. So comic book fans can enter a special 1,500 square foot booth to interact with AI Stan Lee, who appears in the rectangular box. The AI avatar may even make a surprise appearance in other parts of the convention.
Nah, man, they painted in gold. They're trying to get gold walls and floors with that.
A panel. So even when he's dead, he's still being put to work. What great news, Cartoon Studios. Wow, what saints over there. And if being trapped as an AI construct after your death for an eager audience feels a bit like something that would happen in a Marvel comic book, the folks behind the Lee avatar have already worked out a defense of the project. We'll never put words in his mouth that aren't in line with things he spoke. They're not his words. Always word for word, but always faithful in spirit, context, and intent. Bull fucking Loney. That is Barnack Hall. That is horseradish. The intent is just for you to make money off of Stan Lee. It's so sick.
Stan Lee did not specifically say it was okay to use his image after he died, but Marvel has stated that they will never put words in his mouth that aren't in line with what he spoke about in his lifetime. This means that while his image can be used, it must be done in a way that respects his wishes and the spirit of his statements. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Man, holy shit.
A road to hell is paved on good intentions.
Now,
but they're using an AI?
There is some cases where AI after an act...
This is just not...
There's no way he could have ever agreed to that in the same way that James Earl Jones did.
I doubt that if Stan Lee was alive, he would have agreed to this. They're literally doing this based on an assumption, and I don't really like that at all. That's really disgusting and immoral. It's disgusting. The thought that you could take Stan Lee's likeness, put it into an AI system, filter it, and make it seem like it's Stan Lee standing there and talking to people in a booth and then charging them for money is an absolutely disgusting, slimy, it's scum. It's scum. It's gross. Jesus Christ, that's awful. That's terrible. So what's next? If Johnny Depp turns up dead, you're gonna take his likeness too and put him in some more pirate films? Fucking scumbags. That's disgusting. That's awful. So this is a thing that's going on now. The USSS dismantled a illicit telecom threat near
identified
UN.
and dismantled a massive threat near the United Nations. The agency found what's described as a hidden telecom network consisting of...
So I guess what this does is it plugs into the wall jack and you can monitor people's calls?
Thousands of illicit servers and SIM cards. Investigators say it could have blacked out cell service, jammed 911 calls, and plunged the entire city into chaos.
Jesus.
And we've been warned about this for some time, Dana.
Yeah, Fox team coverage. Lucas Tomlinson is live.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, oh, maybe not. Maybe not. We're going to kill this one. We're running out of time already as it is, yeah.
Outside the UN with a preview of the president's address. But first, CB Cotton has the details from our New York newsroom. Good morning, CB.
Good morning, Dana. Yeah.
So, what's scary about this is we could have something like this in the U.S. and never know it.
Secret Service says this telecom threat was uncovered as agents investigated telephone threats directed towards U.S. government officials. The investigation led them to a chilling plot that, yes, could have crippled New York City's phone lines, data networks, even emergency channels, with world leaders now here in New York City for the United Nations General Assembly. The investigation began this spring, and agents raided multiple locations within 35 minutes of the UN, seizing
The Secret Service shut that down.
Hundreds of servers and more than 100,000 SIM cards.
Jesus.
Tools capable of blasting out 30 million anonymous text per minute, enough to flood and shut down critical systems. The special agent in charge of New York City's field office sharing the potential danger this telecom network posed.
Encrypted, anonymous, which means that it could theoretically text the entire nation in 12 minutes. So that's problematic. Not to mention all the other things, taking out cell towers, denying services, and criminal organizations and foreign governments using it to run their organizations.
Agents stress there's no sign that the UN General Assembly itself was targeted, but the Secret Service says early findings show that some of the seized SIM cards are tied to foreign actors and criminals already known to federal law enforcement.
Jesus.
Definitely nation state, foreign governments communicating over that network to known criminals in the United States and known organized crime, known cartels.
Holy shit, that's crazy. So what he's saying is that there are officials in countries that were using that spot to communicate and make organized crime in America. This is the UN saying this. This isn't a United States person. This is the UN.
And terrorist groups were using this network to run their communications anonymously and encrypted.
The feds say now forensic work is underway to find out who stood behind this network and whether similar threats lurk elsewhere. Dana, back to you.
CB Cotton, thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I mean,
amidst acts of violence on behalf of Democrat rhetoric. If instead of dialing it back, the Democrats double down, this isn't an accident, it's by design. As California's Governor Newsom goes on some show with lower viewership than Decoy Voice, just
oh, that's harsh.
to enrage his base.
That's happening in the United States of America. Masked men jumping out of unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process.
You know what's even crazier is we've got paid protesters getting paid from somebody we don't know, burning LA to the ground. That's even scarier. I mean, that's pretty scary.
I mean, if some guy jumped out of an unmarked car in a van...
You know, you got them on an overpass throwing bricks at police cars and police trying to hurt them. Actually, hold on.
With a mask?
You know what? We'll watch it after this.
Tried to grab me? I mean, by definition, you're going to push back. These are not just authoritarian symbolically by having a little bit fun, but fight substance.
A bad day today, as a sniper just sent rounds into an
There
ice
we go.
facility.
This just happened. That's the next thing I'm going to pull up.
Not hitting any agents, but 3 detainees, sadly ending the lives of 2.
That the bullet casings contained anti-ICE messaging, but the people who were shot and killed were detainees.
Yep.
Yeah, I think what we'll likely find is he intended to hit the ICE officers, but as his brother alluded to, he was not a trained marksman.
As it's now known, the rounds had anti-ICE engraved on the side. The second time this month, the shooter had left his words written on the rounds, which is after the left
But man, oh man, God forbid if one fucking show gets shut down, right? That's crazy.
Luigi for
we're comparing people taking people's fucking lives to a fucking television show being shut down, and you want to sit here and bitch about freedom of speech? What about the fucking people that are dead now?
Doing the same.
That's crazy.
As the left definitely has a political violence issue they refuse to acknowledge, since at best it's their own creation, and at worst it's their official strategy. As these 3, actually 4 murders are on top of the 2 unsuccessful attempts on Trump. The recent shots at the ABC building, the attempted explosion on Fox News, as this list
Attempted explosion on Fox News? What?
Just endless. The point being, even when faced with overwhelming evidence, the left is still trying to deny this is their fault. As with this recent incident at the ICE facility in Texas, MSNBC first tried to say, it's strange for the right-wing shooter to write left-wing messages.
To see this coming from, potentially the other side of the political spectrum is a little strange because it is not something...
Is this call for the division to stop, for the rhetoric to be tempered down, for the rhetoric to be dialed down?
I agree. That's what happens whenever you've been raised on a social media. Like, the entire 30 years that I've been on this earth, anytime that I've ever seen MSNBC, Fox News, all these news media, like, I don't know, Morning 7 News, who the fuck cares? They've always taken anything they get and dialed it to 10. To the point now where people are actually feeling the shock effect of not being able to do anything. And instead of them dialing it down to 4, they're actively going out and calling people that are running the country like terrorists and all this other stuff, to the point where Americans are feeling like they need to go out and hurt these people, and that's just not the case. They need to dial back all the rhetoric. They need to dial back all the calls to violence. They need to start... That's how you change a lot of this, is because when you got a television show host saying, well, the only way to really get rid of them is the same way we did it with World War II, that's not good to say. You shouldn't say that. Even if it's a joke, it's wrong. A joke is when you make fun of someone's appearance or you do certain things, but when you actively go out of your way to make fun of someone's death, or you make fun of someone being killed, or you make a joke where you're advocating for the death and violence of somebody, you're just a piece of shit. You're a fucking piece of shit. Seriously.
Obviously, because we have seen just the rhetoric escalate. We've also seen the very dramatic videos of ICE nabbing individuals.
Of these unknown masked
those poor individuals that are still alive. Woe is them.
And kidnapping our neighbors into unmarked vehicles just proves that they're not strategy. But it's not just the media. This idea is mainly being driven by Democrat leaders themselves.
When I see ICE, I see slave patrols.
That's the SS and the Gestapo.
Where another Democrat.
That's what's another problem is they're so quick to dial it to 10, but all this fucking rhetoric. They're like, oh, that's tyranny. That's this and that's that. Bro, the Democrats, even Obama advocated for the removal of illegal immigrants. He had like some of the best removal ratings out of any Democrat. What are you talking about? You're crazy. You're freaking crazy.
Congress cited NBC's article about ICE using a 5-year-old screaming to coerce a father to come out and be arrested, as more Democrats came out to call it cruel, only for ABC to later delete the original story, saying they mischaracterized the activities of ICE. As they didn't use the kid, the father fled.
Look at that. Fake news.
While flipping off the cops, abandoning his own daughter, to which ICE had to rescue. It's one thing to call them slave catchers while they send away your underpaid workers, but it's a next level evil to make up an entire narrative villainizing ICE for rescuing an abandoned kid. As
That's
one,
crazy.
they're protecting a guy that would leave behind his own daughter to escape arrest. But
Most of these guys are criminals. They're violent criminals that they can't find any. Like, there's usually a reason why they're trying to leave their own goddamn country. It's because they fucked up so bad there that they've got to move somewhere and start over.
more importantly, they're broadcasting more reasons to fight ICE. As if they were a legit, fascist, masked Gestapo taking kids, there would be a reason for ordinary citizens to step in. But they have to resort to fearmongering with this fanfiction and Pokemon.
And the rhetoric does have to stop. Just yesterday, Homeland Security released a propaganda video on their social website stating, or using the...
Oh, they're talking about the Pokemon cards. The reason why Legal Mindset was like, oh, they might try to sue the Nintendo might try to sue the U.S. government. They made like Pokemon cards, and they made like the illegal immigrants. Their weaknesses was to like ice, like the element ice, but also like
Those
funny,
Pokemon
right?
to catch them all.
Where the DHS did release an arrest montage with a parody of the Pokemon theme song, but then used comedian Theo Vaughn in a deportation video, to which he immediately told them to take down, as he doesn't want to be the face of this, concerned that crazed leftists will attack him over it. And that's exactly what the Democrats want, for Americans to be afraid of showing their face in favor of supporting law enforcement because leftist followers will physically attack them. That's why they're so bothered that ICE can wear masks. Where Newscomb wants to outlaw federal law.
They're making it to where they have to wear masks because the people that are just trying to do their job, like, you realize that the sign-on bonus to become an ICE agent is like you get a percentage of your student loan paid off, and you get like a lot of vacation, and you get paid a sign-on bonus. Why the fuck, like, of course people would try to sign on to that to at least get their damn student loan paid off. Why wouldn't they? That's a damn good deal. So it's like, and they have to wear masks because people were being doxxed. People were having other people like show up to their house and like berate them, and like it's weird. Hey, it's crazy. It's insane. It's absolutely insanity.
Their faces, meanwhile giving an exemption to the forces that he conveniently controls. So it's not about stopping masked men from making arrests. It's about Newscomb trying to claw at power when he's literally just a cheap Chinese knockoff of Trump. When the president puts out his stitched "Trump was right about everything" hat, Newscomb makes a cheap screen print knockoff with his name instead. The president has a long-time struggle against those with Trump derangement syndrome, so Newscomb pretends he does too.
If I get the California derangement syndrome, I've been living with that for years and years.
Pregnant, as in 2019 while talking to a customer.
I think it's kind of crazy how quick these people are to try and leverage themselves. But the past 4 years, if you so much as brought up anything that had to do with the problems that you saw, that you would see from the decisions that they were making as an administration, you would instantly lose your livelihood. Like, it's kind of sad and sick how quick they are to try and attack. I just don't. And then they still try to defend the fact that people are getting shot and killed because of the stuff that they're spewing out on the online. It's just insane. It's insane. There we go. The Dallas
Ice
shooting.
Back to a big story that we have been following here over the past 24 hours as we follow the latest on a deadly shooting at an ICE facility in Dallas, Texas. Our Fox 4 Dallas station reporting Joshua Yan is the sniper who fatally...
They caught that bastard. Good. Bro, why do they keep doing this thinking that they're going to get away?
ICE detainee and critically injured 2 other detainees, then took his own life as law enforcement approached.
Jesus.
The FBI calling this an act, quote, of targeted violence and releasing a photo saying anti-ICE was written on a bullet cartridge. I do want to bring in Peyton May with Fox 4 Dallas. She is live for us here with the latest on what we know about the suspect and the situation in general. Good morning, Peyton.
Yes, good morning. Investigators are now combing through evidence, multiple properties, and any online profiles associating with 29-year-old.
Yep. Just like what happened to Kirk, they're going to comb through and they're going to find out everything they can about him. Even though the people that were fucking killed were illegal immigrants, have fucking mind you, so you can't say that there's a bias now. They were in their cells and they were shot and killed. They couldn't even escape if they wanted to.
Joshua Yan. Here's what we know so far. Federal investigators searched at least 2 homes connected to the reported sniper. Yan was linked to a home in Durant, Oklahoma, and a home in Fairview, which is in Collin County here in Texas. Sky 4 video shows the feds surrounding a cul-de-sac and going in and out of a home in Fairview on Wednesday while gathering evidence. Now, you could see investigators there taking boxes out of one of the homes in Fairview. Neighbors say they saw federal agents swarming the home.
Like I said, very sweet family, so that was really, really surprising to hear.
You think just how crazy that is and how close it is to home now.
Yan does not appear to have a long criminal history. Court
How
records show.
old do you think he was? He looks like he at least like what, 20, 23?
He hasn't been convicted of a violent crime, but was arrested in 2015 for marijuana possession in Collin County. A spokesperson for Collin College in McKinney, Texas, confirmed Yan studied at the school at various times between 2013 and 2018. Now, his employment record isn't consistent either. A former employer confirms that he did work for a Texas-based solar company for a short period of time and also traveled cross-country to work for a cannabis company for a period of time as well. Back to you.
And Peyton, what have we learned about his online footprint here? That is something in situations like this we know that investigators look at very closely. So what do we know and kind of what's still left to figure out at this point?
I'm sure that's the one piece that they're missing. When they figure out who this kid was talking to, they're going to be able to put they're going to put the whole puzzle together for sure. Just like what they did with Kirk's killer. Just like what they did with the people that tried to shoot Donald Trump. You have to keep in mind that one of the shootings where they tried to shoot Donald Trump, they had shot and killed a husband that was trying to shelter his family. So, like, the more this happens, the less this is going to look good for the Democrats. This is just looking real bad. I mean, not even just for the Democrats, like, for both sides in general, because it's going to make the current running administration have to crack down on a lot of laws because of this. And it's going to make the other administration look bad because they're still not backing down with this rhetoric and people are dying. So, like, it's not going to look good for either side. It's just not.
Yeah, of course.
And then, like, you've got the guy coming to D.C., I think it's today, actually, isn't it? And they had to put up riot fencing for all the freaking protesters that are going to be here, or be there in D.C. So it's like, when does this end? Like,
There are reports that he did have an online presence. It isn't clear if there were any political posts. The New York Times did report that he had multiple Reddit accounts and posted about cars, cannabis, and video games. So far, that is all we know about his online presence. I do want to say that there is a large police presence that's been here all morning at the ICE facility that we've been at. So we're still waiting for an update on information in that investigation.
All right, Peyton May there at Fox 4 Dallas. We'll, of course, be in touch here as we get additional information. Thank you so much for your reporting. We appreciate it.
I'm going to use the bathroom, and then we're going to look at a little bit more of this. Okay. Let's see if we can find some more on this. What would happen? Weird. Let's see if we can find some more of this. Eye shooters. Ballistic Kirk. This is 27 minutes ago.
Reporters are. Tom Homan is with me in focus today, standing by. First, let's go to Brooke Taylor reporting from Dallas. Brooke.
This was posted again by FBI Director Cash.
Data process waiting obtained on location on the subject. The perp downloaded a document titled Dallas County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management containing a list of DHS facilities. There's ballistic and the Charlie Kirk shot video between 9:23, 9:24, between 8:19, 8:24. He searched apps that track the presence of ICE agents. One of the handwritten notes recovered read, "Hopefully this will give ICE agents real terror to think. Is there a sniper with AP rounds on that roof?" Further acclimated evidence to point out and
Tell just in the last hour, he says that there was firing at that ICE facility from the rooftop of a nearby building. He fired indiscriminately with bullets flying all around inside and outside that building. He also hit a van in the Sallyport that was carrying 3 illegal migrants. Officials say one of them died and the other was taken to the hospital. Sources close to this investigation shared this picture of the shooter's driver's license with me. He is identified as 29-year-old Joshua.
Damn, he's 29.
John. Officials say he shot and killed himself when officers cornered him. The New York Post reports that his mother posted a series of anti-gun rants on Facebook just a few years ago. Those rants were aimed at Republican lawmakers, including Senator Ted Cruz, who spoke here at this press conference yesterday.
Politically motivated violence.
You know what's crazy? Is that if they wanted to add gun control, like if they wanted to take away guns, the people that aren't in political power shouldn't want this. And I'm going to tell you why. Because anytime you overthrow a government, it's usually with guns and violence. If you are an American citizen and you're dumb enough to advocate for the removal of guns, The only person that it's hurting, retard, is you. Because if you were ever put in a situation where you have to overthrow your government or stop an invasion from a foreign country, you're cooked. Because guess where all the guns are? You realize that by these people, these senators, and these elected officials not advocating for the removal of guns does not help their cause. You realize this, right? If you dig into the dirt and you really look at the roots of the tree, them not allowing the removal of guns only hurts a select few people, and that's them. I've never understood the argument with that. Why would you want to make yourself defenseless, especially in a time where you've got people being assassinated? It makes no sense.
It was 2 weeks ago today that we saw a political assassination in Utah.
It was 2 weeks ago. It happened 2 weeks ago, and we just can't seem to not advocate for death and violence.
That tore the heart out of much of this country. This is the third shooting in Texas directed at ICE or CBP. This must stop.
And at the same facility, there was a...
I guarantee you what's going to end up happening is they're going to probably have a crackdown on what you can say on, like, television and stuff at a federal level, where you can't advocate for death and violence, and it's going to be cracked down on hard. I promise you it will be.
Bomb threat in August, and then in July, a police officer was shot in the neck in an ambush-style attack outside of an ICE detention facility here in Alvarado.
So it's so bad now we just killing police officers for being outside of an ICE detention center. That's crazy. When does this stop, man? When do we stop allowing this advocation for violence and death? He probably had a nice family to go home to, probably had a couple squirrely little kids, you know, and now daddy's dead because he was just doing his job. And we're going to put on social media that we justify this because of the fact that we don't like Donald Trump? How do you even begin to justify this in your little noodle? I'm so curious.
Texas. But Harris, there has been a lot of questions about what the motive.
I hate to break it to the people that don't like Trump, but the majority of people that elected Trump into office wanted this immigration. They wanted this. They wanted the illegal immigrants out of the country. That's why they voted him into office. That's pretty much what he ran his shit on. That and the Epstein files. And unfortunately, he seems to be just going to one.
And I think those documents and what the FBI director, Kash Patel, just put out paints a pretty clear picture there.
Brooke, thank you very much for getting us started. I want to bring in now Tom Homan, border czar. And you have been warning us about this as a country for months. You have said this on this very program.
He did. A lot of people have been seeing it. A lot of people have been saying it, too. It's only a matter of time before people who are advocating for violence advocate enough where someone hears them and goes out and does it. What did you think? Like, surprise Pikachu face, another one happened. And you know what's crazy? It happened because you haven't dialed back the rhetoric. Dial it back. Stop.
If you have just a moment to stand by, I'm going to play you saying what you knew would happen.
I said 2 months ago, Harris, that if this rhetoric didn't stop, there would be bloodshed. And I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before there's an incident where an ICE agent is going to have to take a life or an ICE agent is going to lose a life. Being compared to Nazis and racists, that it's going to end with the use of force, that either a criminal is going to die or an officer is going to die. It's going to end up with a loss of life, and it's not over. I mean,
yeah, you remember that whenever the LA riots were happening, whenever ICE was there, the guy that had was running up the it looks like an interstate lane, and then he turned and shot what looked like a firearm.
The rhetoric has to end. So rhetoric needs to be tapped down, or you're going to see more bloodshed. I called it 2 months ago, and unfortunately, I was right.
And then now the new chapter of a detainee being the person who was killed and another.
And I think it was out of luck. I think that guy was probably aiming for an ICE agent, but all he saw were the detainees, and he maybe thought they were ICE agents.
Detainee, a couple of them wounded in all of this. Your first reaction?
I wish I was wrong.
Ain't that the goddamn fucking truth, man? Why is it that when you say something, whenever, not even him, like whenever I say stuff, like I said, when did I say it? I said that we were going to be involved in what could end up being a civil war. And Nigel, you said there was no way. You do realize that if this keeps escalating, what do you think is going to happen? Like, they've already marked Antifa as a terrorist organization. Because that's what it is. Like, I don't want to be right. Prove me fucking wrong. For the love of Christ, please prove me wrong. I want you to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, please. I don't want this. This sucks. This is terrible. I'm having to watch the country that I've grown up in my entire life. Sure, it's not the best country in the world. I don't think there is one. But I'm watching it tear itself apart from the inside out. It's disgusting. It's horrible. I'm watching Americans die, and I'm watching Americans kill, like, other, like, immigrants. It's just wrong.
I've seen this movie before. I've been doing this here since 1984. I got over 4 decades doing this job.
He looks tired.
I've seen this movie before. I've never seen it this bad. But, the rhetoric is what's causing all this hate, and it convinces that small percentage on the left that hate ICE.
You don't need all 35,000 people that watch you to go out and commit something like this. You just need one. You just have to convince one of those people enough that they're going to go out willingly and take someone else's life and their own. And you know how you convince them? By slinging rhetoric and death. Saying that that's the only way we're going to fix it. And then you got Hassan Piker saying spread the blood, spread their red capitalist blood. Come on, bro. Anyone with eyes could see this. Why the surprised Pikachu face? Anyone with eyes and a frickin' brain cell can see where this was going. What did you think was going to happen when you spread rhetoric and death on TV and television and shows, these late night shows?
To take action.
The hell is wrong with this country?
Congressman or someone that ran for vice president of the United States comparing ICE to Nazis. That gives some of these nuts. It emboldens them.
I couldn't even imagine comparing them to fucking Nazis. Nazis invaded people's home, raped women, and then dragged them out of the fucking home, put them in a gas chamber, gassed them, burned them, and pulled their wedding rings off, and made a pile of fucking metal to do it again. You not know what the fucking definition of a motherfucking Nazi is, bitch? It's fucking crazy. Do you not know what a dictator does? Do you need to look up the definition? Do you need to look up the First Amendment like that fucktard did in my fucking chat that I had to ban? I'm so sick of this stupid shit.
And there's been 3 shootings in Texas alone. There's a gunman that...
And that's the light end of what the Nazis did. It gets way worse than that.
The Border Patrol facility started shooting at them. He picked the wrong facility. He picked a SWAT facility, and those officers end up taking his life. Then there's a shooting just south of Dallas where they attacked an ICE facility, and 1 officer was shot in the neck. Then this latest incident. This is based on hate. Hate that's being fueled by the media and members of Congress.
And he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. When you got Congress members walking in on a verdict, like when that guy he walked into the room and then they had to drag his ass out, and the minute he got off the cameras, he stopped acting like a fool. What do you think is going to happen when you sit here and gas this up? People are going to die. And sure, it may not be you yet, but that's only a matter of time. It's such a stupid, illogical thing to do. It's so stupid.
and governors and mayors. You played on your show. We got to stop. ICE agents are enforcing the law. Congress.
ICE agents are Americans. The police are Americans. The National Guards are fucking Americans. Whenever they get to go and serve our country as the National Guard, they have a wife, they have a family, they were raised in America. Jesus fucking Christ, what are we doing? What are you doing? You're advocating for the death and violence of fellow Americans. What the fuck are you doing? And then you're fucking joking about it and fucking surprised Pikachu face when the fucking president of the United States says, get the fuck out of here. What do you think is going to happen?
If you don't like what ICE is doing, then go tell Congress, because they wrote the laws that ICE is obligated and took an oath to enforce. They're making this country safe again. Every day, they take a public safety threat.
Yeah, he's even getting worked up about this, bro. These are fucking Americans. They're Americans, dumbasses. You're killing Americans. Stop.
Or a national security threat off the street. It makes that community safer. All these politicians and mayors and governors should be calling President Trump and thanking them for making their community safe again.
I absolutely agree. I want more. I want to see the National Guard in every state. We are not at war. The National Guard is not the fucking army. They should send in the National Guard so that way they can patrol every street corner. If our taxpayer dollars are paying for it, I want to see it. I want to see safer streets. I want to be able to go to fucking work and come home and not have to worry about my fucking car being broken into because of some little bitch that doesn't know how to accept the fact that we want to live in a safe fucking society. Get the fuck over yourself. You fucking gated community ass looking little fucker.
You know, the president
it's fucking
has
disgusting.
High numbers of people.
You get what you want by not having the National Guard patrol. People fucking die. And you know what people? American people.
That you all are looking at. And this was a processing center, or is, in Dallas. And that's kind of the last step before many of them will be kicked out of the country because they came here illegally. Those numbers, are they higher than what we thought? Like, where are we in the numbers of people that you are looking for right now?
Well, look, last time I looked, we're at about 600,000 illegal aliens with a criminal history walking the streets of this nation, mostly because of sanctuary cities. So they are the priority, right? Mm-hmm. So we're looking for them first. Worse is always first, but in sanctuary cities, if they're going to force us into the community to find the bad guy, and we find them with others, they're coming too. So sanctuary cities are saying, well, they're arresting non-criminals because you forced us into the neighborhood to find that guy. And when we find them many times with others, we're not going to turn our back. We're not going to enforce the law that Congress enacted. We're not going to uphold the oath we took. If you want less collateral arrests, then let us in the damn jail.
I've seen that comment too, that people saying, well, people die every day. Yeah, but people, the ones that are committing the crimes are the people that are actively going out to do it. Whenever you have social media fueling up these fucking people to actively go out and start assassinating people for political gain, it is different. It's terrorism, you fucking idiot. It's terrorism. You are enabling terrorism by saying this about political opponents. It's wrong. You are the dictator. Dictators advocate for the death of their political opponents. Whenever you get on a social media podcast and you advocate for the death of a political fucking opponent, you are the terrorist. You're the dictator. Stop doing it.
We're safe for the agent, it's safe for the alien, and it's safe for the community, but they won't do it. Look, throughout my career, I buried Border Patrol agents, I buried ICE agents. I've handed too many folded flags to spouses and children of those that died in line of duty. For God's sake, stop.
What is this, a fucking foreign country, bro? He's had to hand flags in to people going through, combing the streets for bad people because they were doing their jobs in American soil. You understand how disgusting that is? It's in our own goddamn country.
The rhetoric. Let's sit down and talk. But you can't keep attacking these men and women. They're patriots. They're moms and dads too. And I want to see every one of them go home to their families every night. And I pray for that. And I pray for the safety of those we're looking for. No one needs to die. There's no death sentence here. Let ICE do their job. Let them take, Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I wanted to just give some receipts for what you're saying. So there have been 9 notable anti-ICE or anti-CBP attacks, acts of violence during President Trump's second term. And just last week, violent protests, and this is the video after the scroll that I wanted to show. Just last week, violent...
It's not a fucking violent protest, it's a riot. Call it what it is. It's a riot.
Protests broke out at an Illinois illegal immigrant processing center. Protesters shouted obscenities, slashed tires, hurled rocks and bottles at the agents there. Federal officials erected fencing to block access, but local leaders called it illegal, claiming it blocks firefighter access. I mean, you are hitting literal blocks, like a blockade to keep you from doing the job that you know you have to do.
They should just cut funding to these states, give it some time, and if they still won't remove themselves from the offices they've been put in, send in the U.S. fucking army, remove them, and charge them with treason. This is ridiculous. They are doing this at a federal level, and you are going against it, you're committing treason. Enough of this. Enough of Americans dying. This is ridiculous. You understand that it's not even just Americans dying now. They are shooting and killing the illegal immigrants that they are trying to get out onto their own country safely. You understand how insane this is?
Look, they're not going to stop us. They're not going to stop the men and women of ICE. They're brave. They're brave souls. They're out there trying to make their community safer.
It's
and
disgusting.
I said it again, every public safety threat they arrest makes that community safer. These protesters don't know what the hell they're protesting. If you ask them why they're protesting, they're going to say things they've heard on the fake media. We're deporting U.S. citizens. No, we don't. We separate families. The families can go, if a parent's being deported and they were here illegally and they chose to have a child, that's on them. They made the decision.
Amen.
ICE isn't doing all the terrible things the media and the politicians are claiming to do. Every morning when I'm on my way to the White House, I look at 22 pages of data that shows exactly what ICE has done in the last 24 hours. And here's what the data says. 70%, right about 70% of everybody ICE arrests is a criminal. Who are the other 30%? Many of them are national security threats that we found. They don't have a criminal history because their landlord do the dirty deed.
You're right. If you go outside and you wear a Trump hat, you have to look over your shoulder and hope to God someone doesn't pop you in the back of the fucking head. That's the America we live in. Because of how the social media is gassing up these freaking terrorists that live here. It's terrifying.
Our final orders. People who had due process, great taxpayer expense, and the judges ordered them removed. We had to remove them. That's the law requires. And finally, the collaterals, the ones we're not looking for, but we find because we're forced in the community. That was what data says. I read it every day. So if the media would tell the truth about what ICE is actually doing, then maybe so many people wouldn't get inflamed and go protest something.
They're not going to do that because Trump. They're so busy trying to push their own bullshit agenda. They don't care how many Americans lose their lives in order for their agenda to be something that it shouldn't be. That's why. That's why they'll never tell the truth. They won't tell the truth, and they're going to continue to fuel this until either there's a new law that passes that limits what they can put on television or public broadcasting, or until we have a straight-up civil war. That's where this is going. This is anarchy. This is insanity. This is chaos. This is not okay.
Nothing about.
Well, we're getting a lot of that truth from you right now.
Do we have anything else on this? Oh my God, no fucking shot. Are you kidding me?
Fox News alert, ICE under attack again.
15.
At the crack of dawn, a sniper fired multiple rounds at an ICE facility in Dallas. Rounds hit an ICE van. 2 illegals were hit. 1 is dead. The sniper is Joshua John. He's 29. Here's a picture from 2015. He opened fire from a logical motive to the rampage. He scrolled.
Rounds that were found near the suspected shooter contain messages that are anti-ICE in nature.
The sniper had anti-ICE carved into the shell casings. But the media says no one knows the motive. Maybe the gunman was a comedian.
You can't just assume by that what was written on that shell casing that that's necessarily his motivation.
This is the kind of individual that we have to deal with on a daily basis, boys. This is the reason why we can't get these streets in order. No amount of reason or logic will ever convince these people otherwise. It's like Neil deGrasse Tyson says, you can tell somebody that they're on the moon, that we've been to the moon. You can tell somebody that we have new updated pictures of the moon landing and the dust tracks. But if they're not ready to accept that information, you have nothing to say to them. There's nothing that you're going to say that's going to change their mind. Don't ever play a game that is made for you to fail at it, because you will always fail at it.
He could have been doing that to thinking it was funny, trying to put law enforcement on the wrong track.
Well, ICE says it was a clear attack on ICE, and the director of the ICE facility doesn't think it's funny.
The rhetoric has to stop. There are people out there who are seeing what is being placed online, and they're coming and they're doing acts of violence against ICE employees. So that's kind of all I have for today, is that it's just got to stop. It's dangerous, and people are losing their lives.
Just a month ago, the same exact ICE facility got bomb threats. And another Texas ICE facility just a few months ago was fired on by Trantifa. They baited agents and launched a sophisticated attack with military precision. We've seen riots outside of ICE buildings in LA, Portland, and Illinois. Just yesterday, Antifa stormed an ICE facility in Oregon with homemade weapons. You see a pattern? MSNBC says ICE are the ones who should tone it down.
We have seen just the rhetoric escalate. We've also seen the very dramatic videos of ICE nabbing individuals and tossing
So you
them.
could say whatever you want about the other side. But for fuck's sake, they're not advocating for violence. They're not advocating for death. They're also not killing people. That's the big one. They're not doing that. They had their January 6th, and then they were like, okay, we're done now. We don't want it anymore. Like, come on.
Into unmarked vehicles. A lot of these ICE agents have been masked, and so it has been very divisive. And there's been a lot of fear in the different communities where we've been reporting.
ICE has been divisive? They're doing what the country voted for. They're enforcing.
That's what the country voted for. They voted to get the illegal immigrants out. You could hate Trump all you want, but America voted for Trump. It is a democracy. You'll have your chance again in 4 years. Stop with the damn death calling. It's crazy.
Congress wrote. That's called democracy.
Thank you. Bro, you're completely based. I love you. I could kiss you right now. I love you so much.
800%.
You handsome
and our
demon,
politicians
you.
are egging it on.
I'm done.
Donald Trump's modern-day Gestapo is scooping folks up off the streets. They're in unmarked vans, wearing masks, being shipped off to foreign torture dungeons.
Secret police.
Foreign torture dungeons, bro? Are you crazy?
Who are masked, who are intimidating, who are scaring people.
Oh, poor them. I'm sure you're not going to talk about the fact that they're also getting people who are actual gang members from foreign countries and putting them in jail and deporting them. We're not going to talk about that, though, right? But we wouldn't want the poor gang members that kill people, we wouldn't want them to be scared, would we? Woe is them.
Gestapo-like tactics.
It does look like a Gestapo operation. It does look like the Gestapo.
You know what it does look like? That looks like a dictator calling for the death and violence of a political opponent. That's what I hear coming out of his mouth. All these people. You're so quick to call other people the dictators. But whenever I hear jokes come out of these fuckers' mouths making jokes about what happened to Kirk and what's happening to these ICE agents, I hear a dictator saying that he wants a political opponent to disappear. That's what I hear.
Look like a Gestapo operation. It does look like the Gestapo.
When you keep calling federal agents Nazis, crazies are going to treat them like Nazis and shoot them.
Thank you. Holy God. Pikachu surprise face, right, boys?
Newsom gave the crazies the green light.
Masked men jumping out
this
of
guy.
unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process, no oversight, zero accountability happening in the United States of America today. People ask, well, is authoritarianism, you're being hyperbolic? Bull, we're being hyperbolic. If some guy jumped out of an unmarked car in a van with a mask on, tried to grab me, I mean, by definition...
They have to put masks on because they didn't have masks. And you know what happened? Your fueled rhetoric made it to where these people had no longer the ability to go home because there were people there harassing them because they were being fucking doxxed. That's why they're wearing masks. It's a situation you yourself have caused. You cannot be mad at them because they want to be able to fucking go home to their American family.
You're going to push back.
It's a problem you caused.
California's calling on the people to push back against a so-called dictator's secret police. And the next day, a gunman sprays bullets into that police facility. The governor feels no responsibility for the words that come out of his mouth. He's not saying march peacefully and patriotically against ICE.
When they lie about who they're arresting, when they lie about the actual job of law enforcement, what they're doing is encouraging crazy people to go and commit violence. If your political rhetoric encourages violence against our law enforcement, you can go straight to hell and you have no place in the political conversation of the United States of America.
I'm not a big fan of the whole, religion aspect of that, but I kind of feel the same. If you want to get police officers killed, and you want to advocate for the death of ICE agents, and you want to try and go out and hurt political figures, you don't have any right to even be able to vote. You know why? Because the democracy is talked. It's not about who can kill each other. It's about sitting down and actually talking things over. And obviously, you don't have the mental capacity to function in a democracy, so maybe you just shouldn't have that ability to vote. That's my belief. That's really what I think. Why should you have the ability to vote?
Democrats call ICE the Gestapo, and then they get shot at. And the media says it's ICE's fault since they're divisive. They did the same thing with Charlie Kirk. They said Kirk had it coming. And the governors who should...
First and foremost, fuck you. He was a free American, letting people walk up on stage and having a debate. That is the basic fundamentals of a fucking democracy. That is the basic foundation of democracy. And you want to say he had it coming? You don't know what democracy means then.
Be working with ICE to get bad hombres out of the communities or trying to...
You realize that we live in a country where as long as you can come to the table and debate, we could actually combine ourselves with China. We could combine ourselves with Canada. We made the fucking Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of fucking America. Just by sitting down and talking about it, though that was a little bit more of Trump's thing, but still. Like, come on.
Ask them so they get doxxed and harassed.
It's like a dystopian sci-fi movie.
It's a dystopian. What the fuck is this guy doing? I don't blame him. I think that was the dumbest thing Trump did. I mean, there's a couple, but that... Look, the man could be the biggest dumbass out there. He still don't deserve to die. No matter what he's doing. I mean, of course, if he's like, doing actual dictator and Nazi stuff, then that's a little different. But he's not.
unmarked cars, people in mass, people.
Bro, this guy's jawline is thick enough to break a rock. Why are you doing this, man? You need to be in like a movie or something.
Quite literally.
It's like the Ultra Giga Chad. This is like the Giga Chad boss.
Hearing, no due process, no rights, enough. ICE, unmask. What are you afraid of?
They're afraid of being doxxed, you fucking idiot. What do you think they're afraid of? They still want to go home and have a life, you know? Jesus.
What are you afraid of?
And it's easy for him to say this because the thing is that the Republicans aren't having to do this. I guarantee you if roles were reversed, bro wouldn't even be talking out on that podium. Guarantee you. But have you noticed that there hasn't been a single Republican caster anywhere that has been advocating for the death of Democrats? It's all roles reversed. It's all like these crazy people like this guy cheering and advocating for the death of pretty much, well, they are innocent people who are just trying to do their job, like ICE agents, police, riot police, the National Guard. You can't. How can you defend this? It just blows my mind.
The governor signed a bill to force ICE agents to expose their faces to cameras and cartels. The man mandated masks to stop the spread of a virus, but wants to remove masks so we can't stop the spread of migrants. Some of these politicians deny ICE attacks.
LMAO, find a new fucking channel.
Johnny was in D.C. this summer. Watch.
Channel?
Do you condemn the attacks on ICE agents?
You got 88 songs, huh?
Attacks on ICE agents.
Racy.
I also condemn ICE being masked, coming up in unmarked vehicles, terrorizing our communities, kidnapping people. I condemn that too. I condemn both.
Did you wear a mask in 2020?
Did I wear a mask in 2020 during the pandemic? Yeah.
Isn't that the same thing?
No.
Got to protect yourself.
No, it's not the same thing.
Don't wear masks in our community. You're terrorizing women. Real men don't terrorize women.
Did you wear a mask in 2020?
Look, for a healthy you think you have there.
They're protecting themselves.
Oh, bro, just got caught.
Do you know anyone who gets more threats than me? These ICE agents aren't getting more threats than me.
Jesse Waters probably gets a little more threats.
Well, Jesse Waters, not a real man.
These politicians have around-the-clock security, armed guards, drivers, a bubble around them so that people can't get close. What do these officers have? Nothing. They go home to their families in a residential neighborhood with no gates and an address in the white pages. Politicians with protection are inciting violence against officers with none. You don't think the threats are real? Tom Homan's been forced out of his home.
I have a 24/7 security detail because of threats against me.
That's what's crazy, is that they want to sit here and advocate for the death and violence of people. The Americans that are just trying to do their job, this man right here, the ICE agents, the police, they can't even go home to their families after they do this stuff. They can't even enjoy their life. They have a job to do.
Live with my family because I don't want them around danger as much as I can. So, you know, it's tough, but I'm not going away. I'm not shutting up. I'm going to continue fighting to make this country great again.
Democrats have declared war. Not my words, theirs.
We're in a war right now to save this country, and so
there is no war, you idiot. There's a couple crazy people that are dumb enough to go out and actually kill somebody. There is no war. You keep killing people, though, and I guarantee you, whenever both sides are going to have to stay indoors and talk on a podium with screens at an empty room where all the audience members are outside of the building, that's whenever we're going to start losing rights. Because if you think that you could just keep killing people and keep advocating for death and it's not going to come back to you, that's not how it works, man. it always comes full circle, whether you want it to or not. It's like some of these idiots that are advocating, like some of the, like for example, Hassan, advocating, like saying, well, we'll spill their red capitalist blood on the streets. He's talking about the rich people. Motherfucker, you think for a second someone couldn't justify themselves to go out and kill you? You can't live in a society with lawlessness. You can't. Because there will always be a reason for that sword to impale you. Well, I just went and stole money. I'm Robin Hood. I went and stole money from the rich and I gave it to the poor. Well, guess what? Now the poor are rich. And now you have to try and justify yourself for stealing money from the poor to give to the rich. There's always... That's why laws are made. Like, you're not the fucking Punisher, bro. It's a fucking... It's a comic book. You can't just do this. It's not okay.
You have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
Think about how they're programming people. They're at war, and they have to win by any means necessary. That ICE is the president's Nazi Gestapo, and if they don't push back, democracy's dead.
I fear.
That's right, the sword of Democrats. That's a good one.
Have an election in 2028.
Like, you think for a second, with all the death that's been going on, if a Democratic official got elected right now, I promise you, there would be the same thing going on with Democratic deaths. I can guarantee you, I would put money on it. I would put lotto numbers on that bitch. Especially right now. And I'm not going to lie, the Republicans having to not even be able to go home, like not even the administration, the Trump administration, who gives a fuck what side they're on, the American Trump administration, the fact that he can't even go home to visit his family, the fact that ICE agents have to wear masks in fear of doxing, and they're keeping their cool in fear of being killed, how they're handling this is beyond... It's no different than when Trump had his ear, like, nicked, and he stood up and he gave the fist, right? It's no different. You want them to look scared and weak. You are making this administration look as solid as a boulder. Every time you do this and they hit back, calm, cool, and collective, they are hitting you with the force of 10x. It shows their ability to maintain their stature and their mentality and strike back in a way that doesn't cause death and violence. You're making their administration look so good by doing this because you have to resort to violence and they just keep using their words. They're actively using the democratic process to maintain their stature. You are hurting your cause, and eventually it will be hurt so much you will be removed, like what happened to Jimmy Kimmel, and like what happened, well, like I said, Jimmy Kimmel, his ratings were shit, but the fact that he went out and said that had the United States president down his fucking throat. That's what happens.
I really mean that in the core of my soul, unless we wake up.
A real democracy, its pillars are built and function on expressing words and freedom of speech. But when you use acts of violence, you are not falling into those pillars. You are using outside sources. You're using a fucking handgun in a fist fight. Not even a fist fight. You're using a handgun in word. Like, you're just having a chit chat. You just pulled out a gun. Like, what the fuck?
To the code red, what's happening in this country, and we wake up soberly to how serious this moment is.
You know what happened when Jack Nicholson ordered a code red? They beat someone to death.
Did you order the code red?
I did the job. Did you order the code red? You're right, I did.
They shot Steve Scalise. They shot Trump once, then tried to shoot him again. Burnt down the governor's mansion in Pennsylvania, shot up Christian.
They did? They burnt down the fucking governor's mansion in Pennsylvania? What the fuck? When did this happen?
Facilities, shot up an ABC affiliate, planted bombs under a Fox truck, and assassinated Charlie Kirk. Even they're admitting they have a problem. The Atlantic says left-wing terrorism is on the rise. That's the Atlantic. 26% of voters say Charlie getting shot on campus was understandable.
Understandable. That's insane. That is just mind-blowing, bro. Yo, if my grandfather was alive, you know, he fought for the fucking freedom of this country. And to think that the morals, the whole reason why we had World War I and II were to protect the morals that we have implanted into our amendments. The first fucking amendment is the freedom of speech. And you have 26% of people saying that it is understandable that he got shot and killed for actually using his freedom of speech. That's insane.
Whose side do you think they're on? Charlie got killed, and hostile liberals are still harassing conservatives on campus. One guy tried debating HBCU students. He got mobbed.
Jesus.
Can't even hear you. Very safe, very black, and very tired of this.
That conservative needed a police escort to leave campus. Kimmel lost his job for 4 days, and they said free speech was under attack. Charlie Kirk was killed for exercising free speech, and they said he had it coming. They say we need more civil...
Bro, he's crying. He's actually fucking crying.
...debate, and we need to be more civil. So when we try to engage in civilized debate, they chase us off campus. Now the freedom of the press is under attack. But when it's conservative press...
That's what I was saying earlier. That's literally what I was saying earlier in the Jimmy Kimmel video. Roles reversed, God forbid, right? I didn't see all this whenever Tucker Carlson got kicked off air. That was literally a violation of freedom of speech. His ratings were incredible.
Silent. Here's a reporter getting swarmed outside the UN. Watch.
Like that. Charlie Kirk.
Why would I say that? Why would I say that?
He's racist.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
But he's not.
Look at you. Look at you. Look at you.
He's not black woman.
Hey, stop it. Stop it. Get off. Get off.
That looks civil. Hillary says the rhetoric has to stop, and we agree, but she says not from her, from you.
We have got to stop demonizing each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I think most of that right now in our country's history is coming, from the right. We have...
What the fuck? What the fuck? They wanted to put this bitch in the fucking presidency? Are you kidding me? Bro, we'd be in a whole different place right now. I mean, look at what Biden did.
Got to stop with the finger pointing and the scapegoating.
Hillary called half the country.
Man, I miss the time whenever Obama was in. Can't we just put Obama back in office? Let's just do that. Like, I mean, or Bernie. Let's do that. Let's just not do this. Can we just not do this? Jesus, this is crazy. Let's put Bernie in office. Let's just do that. Can we just keep Obama in office indefinitely? Or maybe even Sleepy Biden. We get Sleepy Biden with a Republican majority Senate, so that way they could just stay in limbo forever. Let's just do that. Let's just do that.
Deplorables and irredeemable, despicable Neanderthals who needed to be deprogrammed and have their First and Second Amendments stripped. What has the right said about Hillary that Bill hasn't already said? And it's not like men in MAGA hats are shooting up Planned Parenthoods and Hollywood celebrities or journalists or politicians. No one on the right is acting on the language we're using.
It's because they're not advocating for death and violence. Big surprise if you don't call people Nazis and terrorists and dictators and fascists. People aren't going to go out and kill other people. It's almost like it's, logical.
Left, they are. And it's starting to feel like That's the Democrats' strategy. Intimidate us into shutting our mouths.
You know, you kind of got a point, Melody Museum. Why don't we celebrate White History Month? I know a lot of Morgan Freeman and I think Samuel L. Jackson have both come forward and said that they don't want a full month to celebrate Black History Month. They don't. They think that they should take it away altogether.
They're using bullets to bully us into political submission. It kind of feels like they know what they're doing.
Political violence has gotten out of control in this country. We got to stop it. We got to condemn it. And that starts, unfortunately, at the very top of the Democratic Party. If you want to stop...
You do realize that we have a day set out where the entire country was founded? And it's a day? A single day? But if you're like a different color, or you have like, you know, the gender identity of a fucking attack helicopter, you get a whole fucking month? That doesn't seem a little off to you? And that kind of like set into motion where our priorities are as a country? It's not looking too good.
Political violence. Stop attacking our law enforcement as the Gestapo.
See, look, he's telling people to stop doing this. They are de-escalating the situation constantly. And the other side is just gassing and gassing and gassing and gassing. They just won't stop.
If you want to stop political violence, stop telling your supporters that everybody who disagrees with you is a Nazi. If you want to stop...
That's literally the fundamentals of a dictatorship, brother. When you advocate for the death and violence of your political opponent, that is no different than Putin making his political opponent disappear. That's what dictators do. That's what they do.
Stop political violence. Look in the mirror.
And if they're not going to look in the mirror and stop triggering their crazies to shoot us, stab us, and blow up our cars, then we're going to have to crack down. We can't sit back and not defend ourselves. It's open season on us.
Yeah, that's why they want it to be taken away. That's why a lot of the people that are honestly privileged in places of being an actor and stuff that want to get rid of Black History Month say that it does enable a victim-like mentality on people. It does. It enables, like, for example, if I got a great example. I have a fantastic one. I was a firefighter. I had a female, actually I had two, technically two. I had one that I got hired with and one that I was with in the academy. And you know how differently they treated her? They didn't. She was in the bunker gear, moving the same goddamn weight, doing the same actions as every man there. They had to do the same push-ups, the same 1.5 mile run, and they got their job the same way I did. It's called equal rights. And people that are like living in a time mentally where they think that they got paid the same as I did too. Where just because you're a woman, you get paid less than you don't because you're a woman. That, like, what century are you living in? It hasn't been like that for years. You can make a lot of money as a woman. You got to be a roughneck. Go to those oil companies, man. They'll pay you a shitload of money. Take that big ass claw, slap it on that fucking drill head, and fucking make you some money, girl. But you don't. You want to make more money for doing less. That's where that comes in. They should. Well, I don't know if they can because, like, 9/11 happened the day after Kirk died. So, like, it's just too close. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people that were really close to Kirk will always remember that it's the day before 9/11 because it's such an easy day to remember.
We're not going to save ourselves. Who else are we going to save?
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.
But I'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, boys. I'm so happy. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last weekend. I'm gonna be reacting to a shitload of videos tomorrow. So you boys better come with your fucking game face on, because we're probably gonna go a deep dive into this, because I didn't know that this happened. This ICE thing. So we're probably gonna do a deep dive on that. I think there's another gaming thing coming out tomorrow. So we're probably gonna hit that up at the start, and then we're gonna be getting. There are so many videos. I wanna hit some of these videos up. Because they're funny. Like this one that has the statue of Trump and Epstein.
Is turning heads on the National Mall.
Yo, I saw this and I was like, dude, no shot. This is Epstein and Trump holding hands in a park. It just popped up overnight, dude. That's so funny. I have not. I probably won't play Hollow Knight. I don't like platformers. We got this one where a SWAT vehicle like T-boned an 18-wheeler to make it stop, or tractor trailer, or whatever this is called. But we'll see where we're at tomorrow. We got lots of videos to cover tomorrow. Wasn't able to get to a lot today, but that's okay. That is what it is. But yeah, I'm already past, so I gotta stop. Or else I'm never gonna get done with these videos. Especially with how long some of these fuckers are, dude. Some of these videos are going to take hours to render. I'm not looking forward to this. But I am rolling out of here. I'll try to find some more videos on this. If you guys find anything that, that's from Fox or CNN or MSNBC about, like, this recent incident, just post it in Discord. Or let me know the next time you're on, and I'll try to find it. Because I want to see more about it. Because this is obviously just not going to go away. That's right. Tomorrow's Friday, boys. Friday, fun day. We are rolling out of here. You guys have a good rest of y'all's day. Stay safe out there. Try to put a smile on someone's face if you can. It goes a long way. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Thanks for sticking around.